And like I said, there's the bigger we get, we got more people coming at us. People are going to try to do bad things to us no matter what because they don't want us to succeed.
Is we grew up so fast that we got so much attention, and you're not allowed to, in the corrupted market, you're not allowed to go fast. You're not allowed to pop out of nowhere and help people change their life. You're not allowed to do that.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Karma's a bitch.
Don't panic.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, 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 very well. I'm sorry, I was busy with my family today, so I could not go live while the 360 was live. But I am home now, and I hear that Ash Mufareh has made an appearance on today's 360, along with good old Michael Williams AIM, and everyone was saying that I am going to be very excited about it. So I thought that I would come live and we would watch it. We would watch it. The old Ash had an air of mystery where he might or might not appear. Now he just comes to everything. He smells desperate, trying to control the narrative. Yes, a little bit. Watched earlier, prepare to lose those brain cells. I will be. They don't need any help looking silly. No, they don't. They do it all on their own. Hello! Pink hand wavings to you too, Salami. So we're just gonna get right into it. I haven't seen much of it because I was busy today, but I did kind of scroll through and listen to bits and pieces. And near the end, where Ash was speaking, all I heard him say is that if you didn't join, then you're an idiot. And that made me giggle. So it should be a very interesting one, I guess, to say the least. To say the least. So I did speed it up. It is at 1.25. So if it's a little quicker than you're used to, that is why. Also love how we spelt Michael here. That's beautiful. Bah!
My hat backwards.
That was like a jump
Hello,
scare.
everybody. Thank you very much for coming here. Here we are on 360. We got a special guest, Michael Williams Aim. Yeah, he was on live today on Shine the Light. You must go see it. We had a record numbers of people watching. I got people emailing me. It's very, very good. I ran it to a little thing that I have to make mini clips out of it, and they're coming out very, very good. But get the chance, go look at it. It's very, very good. What I wanted to talk about before we get started, I'll move it over to Red and then we can pass it around. Yes, Ash is scheduled to be here, but he has a crazy schedule, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, you know, we know all the stories that's been going on from Ash from, oh my gosh, now 2 months maybe. And we heard it, and even if we don't know the details and we don't need to, it doesn't sound like it was very pleasant. In fact, it seems to me that he was taken advantage of or you know, people that he trusted, and that's a hard pill to swallow. It really is. And I went through just as many emotions as everybody else. I felt sorry for Ash and his family, big time. And then the more I thought about it, I said, wait a minute, they did it to all of us. And Ash is like a family member to all of us. Let's face the facts. I'm closer to some people here. I talk more to some people here than my own family. So then I got mad, and I thought, well, wait a minute, this is horrible. You're trying to rob people's dreams. The problem they have, whoever it might be and whatever it might be.
I don't, yeah, like, that's the thing. We still don't know who this is or what happened. But whatever happened, it was the worst thing in the world, apparently. And whoever it is now their number one enemy. And we still have no information about this. I personally don't think anything happened. I think Ash needs an excuse as to why people still haven't been paid their commissions after he promised them that they would get him at the end of May. He said any day now. And then he also needs an excuse as to why people weren't paid their pays and why the bills aren't getting paid. So saying, oh, we got robbed is just an easy way out. He hasn't given us any more info. Maybe he will today. Maybe we'll get it now.
He underestimated the family-oriented system that we have put together in 6 years. It started one guy, I get it, and then it went to 2, then 10, and then 2020 during the pandemic, I think we picked up between June and the following June, 1 million people. And what did it draw in? It drew in mostly people with big hearts that want to give. And there's been a couple of big things that hit Onpassive, one a year ago, doesn't matter what it was called. And I believe at that time, it was meant to knock us loose from our foundation, and we didn't budge. We didn't budge. And that has to do with the bond that we built, and that we're just not another company. We're actually a movement, an ideology, like Ash said. You can't kill an ideology. And I thought that was amazing. And then with this going on, I felt something was wrong maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I talked about it with a couple of people. Obviously, it was a lot worse than I thought. We don't, we'll find out. He said he will tell us this story. What I've been pushing or giving my opinion on is we just need to focus our attention on, yeah, everybody has emotions about it, but let's focus the emotions together and go forward and support Ash on whatever it is that comes up next, and listen to him, and let's go with the flow. He will let us all know what's going on when he can. He knows, without a doubt, he says it every week, that it's comforting to him that while he's getting the arrows and gunshots and hatchets thrown at him, to know that he looks back and he's got this massive, massive foundation of people that love him and support him. And that makes us all here feel great. I know for sure.
So culty.
But I know it does. And we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to get more and more messages of what's coming, what we should be doing. And I just want everybody to pay attention. And I want to say one thing, and I'm pretty sure that these guys are going to touch on it. I know that through the desperation, and there's desperate things. Look, I'm not living in a castle. Okay, I've got things going on. But I want to just remind everybody. For the last few years, a lot of these shiny objects come up, and we all say, some people go, well, I need to do something, and they jump on it. Okay, listen, you can do whatever you want. But I want to remind everybody, why did you come here? Most of you, a lot of you, is because you can't drive traffic and you can't build a business. You don't have the skills to do it. Not that you can't learn it, but it takes a lot of work, and it's a moving target, by the way. So you come here where they're going to do the sales and all that for you. It's all automated. If you watch Michael's video this morning, he explains all that very, very well. So why would you think now that you can? And I've had people come to, yeah, but guess what? It's free. Okay. Newsflash.
The funny thing is that if
free,
they had put the energy that they did to going to all these webinars in the last 6 years into learning how to do those things, they would be far more successful today than they are just waiting around for Onpassive to do this automatically.
Where's the money coming
Probably
from?
could have learned.
Just think about what you're doing, okay? Some of these out there, and I'm not going to mention names, they don't deserve to be mentioned, but if you're giving your name and you're giving your email, you're giving them money. And you're going to say, how am I giving them money? Data is money. Data is a I think it's $1 trillion industry, actually, where they take data is your name, your email, whatever they can get, and sell it to somebody so they can hit you up on different ads and stuff like that. Just be careful. Look,
I do feel like he's talking about the smart desktop AI thing now. I do, Jelly, I do. I feel like that's what he's talking about. People there were promoting it. We know he watches here, so
be careful. And somebody did call, so you understand the way I see it. Everybody here might say something different. Am I allowed to get up? Yes, you're a full-grown adult. You can do what you want. Well, what do you consider cross-recruiting? Well, how I always looked at it is, if you come into this business and you have something else you feel like you have to do, don't share it with anybody you didn't know before Onpassive.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast.
Sorry guys, I'm probably gonna
so you can browse with ease.
Because of course.
That pretty much narrows it down.
I couldn't download it.
I want to tell something else. I don't mean to rattle on this, but some people think, well, I'm putting it on Facebook. I'm not directing it to anybody in Onpassive. Okay. The algorithms in Facebook work like this. The last 3 or 4 posts, or let's say 50 posts that you make, people answer them. The people that answer them are founders. When you make a post, you got 5,000 friends. 5,000 of your friends don't see the post. Never, never, ever. The people that see your posts are the ones that always see your posts. It's a little bubble. They keep you in a bubble. Why? To get out of the bubble, you have to pay for the advertisement. That's the difference. And if you pay for advertisement, you have to know how to market. Why are we here? It's one big circle. I'm just reminding everybody that when you do it, you're fishing in a bowl of people that are already in Onpassive. Sorry to rant on that, but I just wanted to make that clear. Red, up to you, sir. Sorry, I ranted so much.
Thank you very much. Great to see Mr. Williams here. Always a pleasure, my friend, to see you on with us. It certainly is. Before I get it, I've got a little bit of recap actually of what's been going on this week for Onpassive. But before I go on to that, is that Marty was touching on about tuning in, listening to what's going on, and especially to our CEO Ash Mufareh. And part of the reasons why, especially myself, Marty, and Chris at the moment aren't doing any recaps when we hear or see Mr. Mufareh is because of the specific words that he's been saying. And that is, only listen to me. And there is a reason behind this. Yes, when we do our recaps, we give our opinions and the reading between the lines. But at the moment, it really is important to get the information from the horse's mouth. And that is our CEO. And this is why we aren't doing our recaps at the moment. We will obviously do them in the future and put our ideas and reasonings behind them. But where we are right at this moment, it is vitally important to listen to what he has said. Talking of that, this week we have got a few bits and pieces that have gone on in Onpassive. A week ago now, we had Onpassive 360 and we had our CEO on there. Again, very good updates with what is going on at the moment. It's always extremely inspiring to so many of us out there to see Ash Mufareh on 360. Why? Things are a bit turbulent at the moment, aren't they? And people are looking for that reassurance. They're looking for a steadying of the ship. And there's no better person to do that than the guy who's at the helm, the guy who's in charge, and that is our CEO. So we saw him last Wednesday. and that is on a majority of the main YouTube channels at the moment. And he also blessed us with his presence as well on Sunday night on Heroes. Now, Heroes has been going on, guys, for probably 3 years on a regular basis on Sunday. And myself, Marty, have always said the same thing. It's a very good webinar to go to if you're looking for information and asking questions. And Ash Mufareh came on that again, just to update us with a few things that are going on. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate what I've just said. It is important just to listen to our CEO. And every time we see him, guess what? We get another little snippet of information that we didn't get last time. And all of these parts that he gives to us start making up a very big picture indeed. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that there's been a lot of turbulence in the company at the moment. And when he is good and ready, he will update us with exactly what has been going on. But we also need to understand that within the business field, guys, you have to be extremely careful, and you have to know what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say. And in this instance, our CEO can't say some of the things that he wants to, but one thing he has assured all of us is that he will update us and let us know exactly what has been going on when he is able to. So again, we are very privileged to see him on the screen with us today. But before we go over to Ash Mufareh, we've got a couple of other people we would like to speak to before that. And we'll, without further ado, we'll hand it over to Mr. Chris Johnson himself. Or even Michael Williams first then. Or Ash Mufareh.
That wasn't planned.
Pointing downwards, Chris, is not helping me
on
my screen.
Oops. Go ahead, Mr. Michael.
Oh, okay. I thought it was ladies before gentlemen. All right, no problem. So certainly great to be on here with you guys. Thank you so much for having me. You know, Onpassive just keeps on ticking, folks. You know, that's the bottom line. You know, for me, you know, are my dreams still intact? You know, will I still be able to achieve my goal on being here, which is total freedom, right? You know, to me, that's just the bottom line. If those things are still in place, right? If all the hope and confidence and security is there in that this business is going to deliver.
How is it still in place though when you don't have a working website OES that you can log into? You have 0 products. You owe money. Like I just, but okay, yeah, no, sure, everything's going fine. Yeah, no, living the dream. Living the
what
dream.
I came here for, then that's all that matters to me, you know. And I have full confidence in our CEO. He's a man of integrity. So, you know, that's all I need to know. You know, I don't need to know the minuscule details as to exactly here, there, and if, and why, and how, and all of that fancy stuff. I just know that I'm surrounded with a lot of people that have a lot of faith, a lot of people who have a lot of trust, a lot of people who are determined, who are resilient, you know, to make sure that we all get to our desired destination. And that's what we have in this company, because as we look around, and I know many of you have been looking around, you know, there's nothing wrong with looking around, but if you keep coming to the same conclusion in that, man, the only thing I really see that makes perfect sense is Onpassive. Why? Because as Marty touched on, you know, a lot of us, you know, we can't recruit, we can't sell, we can't market, you know, we don't understand traffic, we don't understand consumer behavior, we don't know any of this stuff.
See, like, that's a lot of we can't do's for a business that is allegedly supposed to empower people to run a business. You know, like, oh, none of us, we can't recruit people. We can't sell anything. We can't build a following. We can't. But at the same time, all of you, Chris, Marty, Red, I believe even you, Michael, have quite a following on YouTube. So obviously you can get an audience and get a following. So why are you sitting here going, we can't do this, we can't do that, we need Onpassive to do anything? That's bizarre to me.
We don't understand technology. We don't know how to use the tools, where to find the tools, what are good tools, what are good traffic sources, all this stuff that comes with building a successful business. And so this is why so many of us came into Onpassive, and then all of a sudden now we're experts. It just doesn't make any sense to me, right? But of course, everyone is free to do as they see fit.
Honestly, NFTs are more real than Onpassive is. And I hate them. Okay? I think it's a huge scam. The whole cryptocurrency thing, I think it's a huge scam. But at least you can purchase something with that. You know, like here you cannot even purchase and use a product. There's no services to be had. Like, you don't even know if all your accounts are still going to be there. Like Jelly brings up here. It's not like you have access to them. I mean, what if everything's gone? Because Ash was talking like that he was going to build everything from scratch again. And I put again in quotations, like with sarcasm, because he never built it from scratch the first time. But he's all, oh, we have to start connect over again. And that leads me to believe that that's because he no longer has it. Right? Something happened here. And that's what you guys were going to go viral with and what you were selling. So with that gone, it like, why? Why would you just sit around? How is the dream going to come true? Makes no
because
sense.
people have to pay bills. I'm not paying your bills. You're not paying my bills. You know what I mean? So people have to do what they see fit. But just know that Onpassive is still your solution. It is still your solution. Just understand that, because that's what's going to get you over the hump, folks. That's what's going to get you to all this tough times, because it's not just Onpassive that's having tough times. Look around you. If any of you invested in stocks and all of that stuff, okay, take a look at your portfolio, right? All of you that are heavily invested into crypto, take a look at your portfolio. And the list goes on, folks, right? It's a worldwide epidemic, because that's what I would call it, right? People are looking, okay, are we in a recession? Yes, it's been a recession for a while. It's just that people haven't realized it, okay? But more and more are starting to experience that, though. So what do? Where do you turn, right? Where do you get the help from? Here is a company called Onpassive that is looking to deliver for you, that is looking to go above and beyond, that's looking to continue to go forward, comes what may. It just doesn't matter how tough it gets, because there are real people involved. There are real people out there, real founders, right, that are out there that are looking for that solution. And Onpassive is saying, we're going to help you. Our CEO is saying, we're going to help you. We're going to do whatever it takes. We still believe in do it or die. That has not changed.
You're still saying that you're going to help them. That's what I mean. You're going to in the future. What if I need help right now, right this very second? And then you say, oh, well, we have the solution here. Come into Onpassive. So then what? I show up and then you just tell me, oh, don't worry, our CEO, he'll come out here eventually and tell us everything that's going on, and then he'll turn everything on again. And then I just sit around and wait. How is that helping me? And then what? I'm just supposed to sit there for another 6 years and go to these webinars where you keep promising me that you're going to help me? Like how long is this going to go on for, guys? Come on.
To do whatever it takes to make sure that you win. Folks, that says a lot. He doesn't have to do it. He can walk away, say, you know what? This is too much for me. I tried, guys. You know what? It didn't work out. My bad. Have a nice life. You know what I mean? But no, he's standing here. Red is still here. Chris is still here. Marty is still here. And many others are still here. Why? Because we believe and we trust and we know, right? It's not just, well, okay, I have blind faith. You know, I'm just sending up a prayer and hoping that somebody up there is going to. It's not just that, folks. We're going based upon, you know, what we know in the heart of hearts. You know what I mean? There's something deep inside you, folks. Come on, let's be real. Sometimes you get yourself in trouble and you knew you were getting into trouble, but you still went down that path anyways. And something inside you is telling you, no, don't do it. You know what I mean? You're going to the left and something inside you is saying, no, go to the right. But you still go to the left anyways, right? I'm sure we've all been there. You know what I mean? What I feel inside me when it comes to this company is that we are in the right place. We are on the right track, in spite of what you may see in front of you. You know what I mean? In spite of what you see in front of you, we're on the right track. And that's comforting to me, because I want to be able to comfort my family. My kids are asking about Onpassive all the time. You know what I mean? Even this past week, they asked. You know what I mean? So that's important to me. It's important to my family. And so that's why we're still here, because Onpassive is important to us. You are important to us. We came in and we brought others along with us because we want them to succeed, not to fail, not to be hurt, not to go in the wrong direction, but to move forward. That's why we're here, folks. And we intend to deliver on that. There's no doubt about that. Make no mistake about that. We are here and we're standing strong, because when we open back up the doors for you, you're going to love exactly what you see, because it's going to get you to your desired destination. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Michael. I'll be quick, Mr.
They've been saving all of their passion for when Ash comes on. The rest of the time, Michael's either very, very boring with Julie, or he's like screaming at us. These like passionate speeches, I've noticed, he only really does them if he thinks Ash is watching. It's interesting. We got another one today. I wasn't really expecting him to like go all out there.
Ash, I know that you're a busy man. Michael's been blowing me out of the water all day. And let me say this first. Bad times create strong people. Okay? Bad times create strong people. And
maybe it's because we keep insulting it. I'm sorry, but that pumpkin with his face on it behind him, that's horrifying. He should save that shit for Halloween. All right? That staring at that thing behind him gave me nightmares. I'm glad that he took that away. I can't see it. I'm doing all right now. He's keeping the pube mohawk. Yeah. It's a brick and mortar business. Yeah, I know, right?
That's all I'm going to say about that. Think about that one, because it's an important thing to remember. Michael had set out on the China. He came onto our show today, which was like, I thought would never happen. He did it. I'm thankful for it. He compared the Olympics.
It is hard work. It's just him shuffling around with the shelf, moving things all over the place. Then he sits back down and goes, "Oh, that was difficult."
Passive, and I loved his definition. I loved his example of how all countries come together in the Olympics and they're hugging and they're just congratulating no matter what place they came in, but they came together. And I think it was a perfect example of what Michael was talking about. And it is. Onpassive is bringing countries together, states together, people together. And again, bad times make strong people. And in those bad times, if you don't stick together with people, it's going to be more bad times. I want to give you a true story that happened to me this morning real quick. I woke up this morning. I did my normal prayers because I love to pray in the morning. And I get a message saying that I was part of a new shining object. Well, of course, I got a little upset. And I text the individual, why would you put this lie out? There was other people's names, but I can only speak for me. And he said, this person did it. And I text that guy, and I know them both. And I said, why would you do this? Well, he put it out, and I said, oh, it's not the point. And I communicated with him saying, listen, number one, it's not true. Number two, I need you to go on your group and post the truth out. And I want an apology for me and the gentleman you accused. And they followed through on that. They did it. And I tell people, if you want to know something about me, number one, Chris Johnson only represents Onpassive, nothing else, period. But if you want to know something about me, I probably have the all-time Guinness Book World Records, as Ash says, of getting messages of complaints or whatever. And this brings me into a thing about crushing Onpassive. When you post a post like that was done this morning about any leader, anyone in Passive, including my brother Ash Mufareh, it makes Onpassive look bad, even though you don't even know what you're posting or the truth, but you posted it anyways. Like Michael said, we all go down that path.
So somebody posted something that told the truth about Onpassive, and you got mad at them, told them it wasn't the truth, and then you forced them to remove it. Was it in your group, or are you having people remove things from their own personal pages now to conform to Ash's will and how people should act in Onpassive? I'm just wondering. Because it's bizarre to go and like bully someone and tell them that they have to go and delete something. Even if it is their opinion on one of you. You aren't untouchable. You want to be a public figure and you want to be a famous influencer for Onpassive. But then you seem to think that if anyone says anything about you that you don't like, you can bully them to take it down. And I'm just wondering what's going to happen when this thing actually goes viral, because you guys have a meltdown. If I do a video on you and I don't even have 10,000 subscribers, according to you guys, you have more O-founders than I do subscribers, and you feel threatened by me even. Or you feel threatened by someone putting a post up somewhere. And it's like, okay, your technology is not going to be received well by the public. It hasn't been. The only people that like it are people that are brainwashed into Onpassive. So you're either going to have to stay in your little echo chamber where you're comfortable and only sell this shit to each other and like maybe log off of YouTube and shit. But I get it. Then you got to say goodbye to your AdSense money, and that's the only way you're living right now. Or you're going to have to like get thicker skin. You can't be like, oh, I want to be famous, but every time someone says something about me I don't like, I'm going to go bully them and make them take it down. You know? I think someone said Chris was part of Smart Desktop AI. Well, I don't know. They like to say they're a part of things that they're not a part of. They lied about sponsoring the FIFA World Cup. So what? Yeah, you don't like it when it's done to you? Crazy. Imagine how they felt when they were like, we don't know this company. Why are they saying we're sponsoring them? And they actually sent Ash a cease and desist letter. Chris is on one today. He seems to be. You're on Chris's side with this one. If someone has an opinion about Albs, that's one thing. But if someone says Albs did X, Y, and Z, and I didn't do it, I would say, hey, take that down. True company in the world. Thicker skin would help. I mean, they want to go viral. And they seem to think that, like, everyone's going to join and love all their products and think that they're all the coolest dudes in the entire world and want to be just like them. And it's like, yeah, there's going to be some people that don't like you, though. You have to kind of prepare for that. They lied about sponsoring the FIFA World Cup, and they told Ash to take it down in a forceful enough manner that Ash shit his pants. Yeah, they sent him a cease and desist letter. Like the actual FIFA World Cup sent Ash Mufareh a cease and desist letter and was like, if you continue to say that you're sponsoring us when you're not, we're going to come after you with legal action. So he took it down because they actually would. See, he thinks that all of the O founders can't do anything to fight back. And that's why he preys on them and bosses them around and, you know, makes them praise him. But he knows damn well that if the FIFA World Cup says, take that down or I'm suing you, they don't give a fuck who he is. They don't care that he's Mr. Ash Mufareh, Sir, Lord of the Internet. They'll take him right to court. And he already has to pay for lawyers for the SEC. And he owes employees like going on 8 months' pay. And he owes $3.4 million to AWS. So maybe he shouldn't, you know, get sued by FIFA World Cup too.
We want to go right, we go left. That's one of those paths I don't want you to go down. If you don't understand something, if you really want to slander one of us, including Brother Ash, I take it personal on whoever you do it to. If it's not the truth and you got a question that can't be right, then don't post it. You could call me directly. You could text me and ask me. Now, every time that we do something like this, it's another knock for Onpassive. And we got enough knocks. We don't want knocks. We want doorbells ringing. I suggested today, a lot of people are going on other YouTube channels that really aren't representatives of Onpassive. And I could say this now, myself, Marty, and Red, we all have YouTube channels, but we're on 17 or 18 other YouTube channels right now. Those are the YouTubes that I would like for you to watch. I can't tell you what to do, but I had a lot of people saying they're saying this, then don't go there. Come down.
You cannot tell people what to watch. Lord, are you ever trying to amp up the behavior control now? They were like, all right, we think that we got it so that they're only going to listen to Ash Mufareh for their information now. So now let's see if we can control their behavior and tell them who they can and cannot watch. You're not allowed to watch these people. Lord.
There are channels where we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to be honest and transparent. That's all I'm asking. I'm never going to tell you to do something. I want to sometimes, don't get me wrong. But
okay, Chris, so you want to be honest and transparent? So that means that you're going to sit on your channel tomorrow and you're going to read through the entire Security and Exchange Commission litigation on your channel. You're going to ask Ash about it and why they didn't reach a decision in their mediation and what his plans are for going to court June 2nd, 2025. Because you want to be transparent, right? You wouldn't want to hide anything from these people. So you're going to do that, right? And then you're going to also show them the video of the employees on strike, right? And you're going to explain to them that you haven't been paying people for like 8 months since January of this year. Yeah, we're in August. Imagine if you didn't get your pension for that long, Chris. How would you feel? What would you be doing right now? Would you still be sitting there? Because, you don't want to lie to them. You want to be completely transparent. So you're going to do those things, right? That's what being honest and transparent means, Chris. It doesn't mean hiding the bad stuff from everyone and then only talking about the good things, sweeping things under the rug, making them sound like they're less than what they are. You're going to stop saying only God can stop Onpassive then, because you know that the SEC is trying to put a director's bar on Ash, right? So you would be lying to all of the O founders by saying that only God can stop you. Because, he's definitely going to stop you. You're in the US. You could take it elsewhere. But you won't be able to sell it under him. And then what? Because you want to be completely transparent and honest with these people, right? You wouldn't want them to not know everything about this business before they join and make an uneducated decision. Because they're all intelligent, good people, and they don't deserve that. Right, Chris?
I try to stay on the right path. Do I veer sometimes? Yes, but Onpassive, I don't veer. I know the truth. I know what Ash is saying. I know what he's doing. I know what his family has sacrificed for all of us. And it breaks my heart. Again, I'll say it again, that people, once again,
that's
in this world, took something so good. And
that's not Ash. Don't give me any of this, this man sacrificed. He sacrificed his life for us to do webinars every day and support each other. You could do that without him. Yeah, you could all met without Onpassive even. It's amazing.
To smash it. Well, you're not going to smash Onpassive. You got 5 guys out here right now that will fight till the end. You got one guy who actually looks pretty good today with his trim mustache, who's always telling us the truth. I want to remind everyone again, the only person you should be listening to is Ash Mufareh. All right? As you heard what Red said earlier, we don't even want it. We want you to listen to Ash. We have all these YouTubes recorded or wherever people put them on their Facebooks. Listen to what he's saying and understand what he's saying. But right now, faith, 100%, and all these guys on this panel, and just believe. But don't put something out, and I think we've said this at least 1,400,000 times, let's say. If you don't know it, don't post it. If you got to think about it, don't post it. All of us are available to ask a question because we all get messages, whether by email or social media or whatever. Don't be afraid to ask us. We'll tell you the truth. But please, by all means, don't lie about my family or my friends. I take that a little harsh, but I think I handled it pretty good today. And thank you for the 2 gentlemen that fessed up to what was going on, and they weren't really sure, and they thought this said that, and they took it down, and they reposted an apology. So I want to thank you for that. And that's how we come together. We got to communicate. Ash Mufareh communicates with us just about every single week for the last 4 weeks.
So creepy.
He's telling us what's going on. He's explaining to you as much as he can what's going on. And that's a wonderful thing. When Ford Motor Company was going down the pooper, a few times, the CEO didn't call me up and say, hey, he didn't go on a webinar and say, hey, Ford employees, this is what's happened. No, I usually heard it on a news channel somewhere. All right, we're not the news. We're not CNN. We're not Fox. We're Onpassive, the greatest company.
Hey, hold on. I am watching Onpassive 360 with Ash Mufareh, right? And not a documentary about Jim Jones, it is Ash Mufareh that's going to come on and speak after this and not Jim Jones, right? Because this sounds like before Jim Jones comes on stage.
In the world, honest and transparent, and that's exactly what Ash Mufareh does. And on that note, I want to bring on the most humble guy I know who loves everyone. Mr. Ash Mufareh, the floor is yours, sir.
AI can generate tons of copy, but it doesn't know your brand or...
I do, and I have some favorism too.
That was
I have 4 of you.
That, by the way, was an ad. That was an ad on your Onpassive stream, your webinar, about an AI company that does what you guys wish you could do. So every time that this video plays now, an advertiser that actually does what you guys wish you could do is going to be showing to all of your followers, and they're going to have to skip an ad. I just thought I'd bring it up, you know. Yay, AdSense!
Here, some of my favorite people on the planet. I appreciate you. I love you back, and
Promote those
I'm
other
delighted
AI
to be with you again.
You go.
I have been listening in for the last maybe half an hour or 20 minutes, and I don't want to make this in the typical format of delivering a speech and update and all of that. Today, I want to make it more of a conversational theme, if you would. But first, let me begin with showing my gratitude, my enormous thankfulness to all of you and everybody that is showing their true love, their commitment, their loyalty, and their support in such uncertain times. This will not be forever. This is not going to define our outcome. This is just a passing cloud, and I don't want to give it more attention than it is, since it's temporary. Let's focus on the long-term sustainable vision and dream, and that's where I want to take it back to where my brother Michael was talking about, where the concept of Onpassive, like, you know, the do it or die, actually it has it's more conceptual now, and what I'm trying to say, it has evolved, okay, to a bigger need than it was a couple of years ago. When we decided the concept was appealing and we loved it for that. Now, having been on the journey, on the practical journey and the execution of that dream, we have also evolved in other ways mentally. Now we understand the importance of Onpassive and the vision of Onpassive. As I said last Sunday with a few of my intelligent friends, I said Onpassive is not just a business.
Intelligent friends.
And it's not just a transactional relationship. It's a true movement to the core, where there is a strong ideology and motive behind it that you cannot stop it, regardless of the mechanics. As we know, success, especially in the people business, is 80% psychology, mental, attitude, the mindset, all of that, and only 20%, probably less, it's about the mechanics or the details. It's almost irrelevant. If you
Well, I think I found out what the problem is. Here. He thinks that 80% of running a business is just how you think. And you only need to work about 20% of the time, you know. 20% of it is the mechanics and businessy stuff.
Are miserably failing in the details and the mechanics. You have zero experience whatsoever, but you're made of the right stuff within the principles that you have, the faith that you have, as also I heard my brother earlier talking about. If you have that value within, you got 80% of success. Plus, you're showing. Plus, you're bold enough to take action. Showing up is a big part of success. So, not only you have the right mindset, and the clarity on the vision, on the ideology, you want to achieve that, but you also took action, lots of action. You've invested a lot of time into it. So it becomes even greater than 80%, your success ratio. It's almost you're there. Now, mechanically, it's not fair to say we failed, the 100%, which equal 20% of the entire process. You don't need to be Michael Williams to understand the math. I did. So it's simple. 20% is the mechanics, the details, or the business logistics and all of that. It's only 20% of your overall success. But say we got a good portion of it. We're way up high, 95% into the success path, but it's only a matter of time to reach that outcome. And the outcome is sustainable in a way that is renewable. We're not going to reach a certain, okay, we're going to reach this number. Okay, we're a company that's going to achieve this number of customers or this number of whatever wealth, and that's it. No.
You're literally making no sense. I don't know what system you're using to gauge any of this. It's like you just made one up on the spot. And now you're just going on a rant, throwing out numbers. And I don't think it's just because of my disabilities that I don't understand what there's numbers. Like you're literally, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. You were like, 80% of it is mindset, 20% of it is business. And then after that, you were just like randomly just like, oh, but don't worry, we've been doing 100%. We're 95% on our way to success. And I was like, but where the fuck is that number coming from? And how is 95 play in when you already have 80 and 20? And I know I'm dumb as fuck, but that means 100, I believe. So I'm like, is this a new scale? Like, what do you mean? I don't know what this means. I don't know what this fucking means. It's like 95% on your way to success. Like out of 1,000? Like, because then it might work, but I'm very confused. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Have you ever heard a business talk about like their future success in this way? Like, this whole rant just makes no sense, and I'm so scared it's about to get so much worse. No, I know. It's like, if this is 95 out of, like, we're in trouble. We're in trouble if this is us 95% of the way to success. Success looks very different to you than it does to me, then, Ash. I don't know. But maybe that's the problem, because he does say he doesn't need any money. So maybe success to him is really just having a big group of people from all over the world praise you forever. You know? You had to go and watch when Foodie Beauty is actually the palate cleanse. Just, sit with that for a minute. Delulu. Usually when he does these rants, I can like make some kind of sense out of what he's trying to say. I'm like, okay, I get where he's going with this one. I can see how he's twisting this or whatever. But this whole thing made no sense. It's like, I don't know what we're doing anymore. I have no clue. I can't even translate the Ash in this one. Everyone remember when Ash claimed to cure cancer? Apparently all of them, yep. But he can't release it because he would be killed. That was peak Ash. Everything else is normal compared to that. Yeah, and there was a whole thing about the med beds, I believe, around that time. And that was going to cure cancer and all of the ailments. And they were the ones that were going to do the med beds. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Because the med beds are an actual thing. And I was like, oh shit. Somebody else beat you to that one, Ash. Maybe they stole your idea. She got spat on by a camel again. Oh no. Yeah, don't. They probably kick too. You want your med bed? I know. They should be working on that instead of this new O Connect. But okay, so 95% of the way to success, I guess we're gauging success. And like, is that how much he's worked? This is where I'm confused. This rant started off with him talking about like where he puts his energy or what energy goes to what, right? Like he was like 80% is your mindset and you know, thinking positive, planning, dreaming, all that good stuff. And then 20% is mechanics. So that would be like running the business, doing everything you would need to do, like going to actual meetings and meeting with people and building things and blah, blah, blah. And I understood. I was like, okay, that part makes sense. Not good. I think it should probably be the other way around, but maybe that's just me. But then we jumped to another scale. And now I don't know what we're gauging. Like, are we just gauging success for how you view success? Or are we gauging like we're putting in 95% of the work is done? Because that's worrisome. I don't know. Like, are we still talking about what we're putting into it? Or now are we talking about something else? See, this has me all fucked up. Lord.
This is a lifelong journey. Even beyond that, I believe it's a legacy that we could leave here on Earth for generations to come. Why? Because we're sick and tired of what's happening there. The greed, the theft.
Ready to transform your YouTube content? Meet vidIQ. Just click on create and instantly unlock thousands of video ideas.
Generally.
That is happening in the real world. Okay, we're sick and tired. Like as he rightfully said.
That was bizarre. The way that he just got all passionate and was like the greed and the theft that's happening. He made it sound like he was talking generally, like in, I don't know, corporate America or our world, whichever one I guess he's thinking about right now. Could be either. I don't know with him right now. But he allegedly just got robbed himself in Onpassive. Remember, they took the money in and fucked him over. Everyone's very upset about it. Like Marty literally opened this stream talking about it. So when you say like, oh, we're sick and tired of the theft, you would think that he would have said that more personally. Like, I'm tired of the theft. I got robbed. Like, but it didn't feel like he was talking about him at all. It felt like he was talking about generally. So did he get robbed? Or does he just feel like in corporate America there's a lot of theft and corruption because he's the solution to it? That was just a weird way to bring that up. Because if someone just stole from me and I was about to do that rant, I would be like, man, I am so sick of the theft like I got stolen from. Someone committed theft to me. It wouldn't be like a general thing. I would probably make it more personal. It could be true that someone stole from him. Oh, it could totally be true. It was just weird how that was so impersonal, how he just brought it up. If that happened, you know? You would think that he would bring it up in a more personal way, especially because you got to think Ash is constantly trying to think of ways to make himself the victim to these people and get like pity points, basically. He wants them to all pity him and sympathy and blah, blah, blah. So that would have been a perfect opportunity for that. But instead of going that route, which I was kind of expecting, he kind of like went a general route with it, where it sounded like he was talking about in our world or in corporate America. And I'm like, whoa, that was weird. That was weird. Just, I had to bring it up.
Yeah, there is a recession. We're just not announcing that economy is dead anyway, okay? Everywhere. And it never matter. If I don't tell you the president, you go have a nap for 5 years and wake up and I tell you, based on the facts on the ground, okay, and your personal life, guess who was the president for the 5 years? You're not going to know. It's irrelevant. That would be amazing if I could sleep 5 years. But back to the things that can bring us together. I know you mentioned sports. I agree. Okay, some people like that, but I don't like the sport that you just like sit on the couch and watch, and you think like, oh, you are like a muscular, Red Redfern. Okay, no. You're just a potato couch. Okay, laying down and watching TV and just happen the channel to have sports on it on the screen, but you have nothing to do with sports. Okay, I like you to be in the field and sweating. That's the type of sports I'd like to talk about. Now, let's add the topic that Chris and I love to mention, which is food bring us together. True, it's a fact.
Why did we just go on a rant about people that watch sports versus people that play sports? And how does that bring you together? Like, are you guys gonna start up a fucking football team? Like, I don't. What are we doing here today?
Music, okay, travel. All those are, things we have more in common. Safety, good family structure. Those are our value. Okay, so there's so much that can bring us together. But there's one thing that we all love and we can't have enough of. And when we have a solution that can be the center of this ideology or movement, money.
Okay.
Whether sports or food or music or travel, it gets a lot better to a different level when you have enough money. And
but no, you man, you Ash, sir, Lord of the Internet. This is not about money, remember? This is not about money. This is about saving humanity. And Al with heart. We just did that for a full year, where we just told everyone for over a year, and I know it was over a year because I've been covering this for about 3 years. And half of the time, it was all about money. That was the first half I was covering it. And then all of a sudden, you guys started to switch into this. It's not about money. It's all about saving humanity. And that was basically because the commissions were promised and they weren't coming, and, nobody was making money. People were getting kind of spaghetti over it, I think. So, you had to switch what it was about. And now you're going to do another one? And we're going back to being about the money? I'm not that surprised, actually. I guess you do need money, don't you, Ash? Don't you? Time freedom, right? It's supposed to be all about saving humanity.
The other part is you're going to need time to enjoy the other stuff, whether social life or family time. Those are our values. We share our shared values.
Money,
no matter where
and
you
time.
are, no matter who you are, okay? Those are our shared values. You got to like something. I never heard somebody, oh, I hate food. I'm not going to eat. That's it. I'm done with food. I'm sick and tired of food. I'm no longer going to eat any bite, okay? It's like, I don't believe in gravity.
Unfortunately, Ash, there are people that have things called eating disorders. And there are actually all kinds of people that have food allergies and things that actually make it very, very difficult for them to eat food. And you would think that if you are such a worldly traveled man with all this life experience, as you claim, that you would realize that people like that exist. This is just the silly rant. It's silly. I don't. What are we doing here? This is the meeting. Imagine you show up at work, okay, and you go in a boardroom and you sit down, and then this is what you get. Yeah, I quit. Like, I ain't doing this every day.
Just go jump from the Empire Building, from the rooftop. I say no gravity. Okay, you cannot. It's a law. Okay, so I love those values, but what makes them?
Oh, Ash, I should introduce you to some of the people on Twitter that I argue with that really do not believe in gravity. You'd be surprised.
More enjoyable is if we have the time, if we have the money to obviously live them up. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the concept of Onpassive, focusing on years ago, we saw the need because there's a gap between the rich and poor. There's a gap between, middle class and, the 3,000 billionaires globally, or all those, contrasts in our society. People in different regions have a different life or lifestyle than others. We saw we could have a platform where it can kind of like balance the battlefield, if you wish, okay, or the playing field. Now, having been working on it, we've invested more now, so we have a bigger desire, because I mentioned the reservoir is a big, okay, motive when you've invested something in a long relationship, okay, or business or any activity. If your investment time-wise, just a couple of days, yeah, it's not working, I'm going to quit, I change direction. You're open to that. But when you've invested almost like your most golden time of your life on such a journey to achieve that goal, it's hard to quit.
Yeah, I know. That's why you dragged this on for as long as you did. Right, Ash? I mean, you're practically here telling on yourself.
It's almost impossible to quit because
Continue.
you've invested a lot, your tears, your blood, your time, your emotions, and you are closer to the safe harbor. 100-meter swim. You swim 1 meter and you get tired or demotivated. Do you go back the 99 to the other side, or you just go back 1 meter? One. So you can quit. If you've invested your energy and your physicality to reach 90% to the other side, you cross 90 meters of your destination.
Switch to Chrome to stay in sync across devices, so your tabs go everywhere you go. Fast, safe, yours. Get Chrome for Windows.
Sorry, guys, I had to get some kiddos.
So you have 10 to reach.
Sorry,
I know you're
guys.
tired. You have 10 to reach the desired destination, or 90 to go back and give up. Which one makes more sense? Or give up and sink? A, B, C, which one? It's very obvious. You are ready to fight, to go all the way, whatever it takes, deadly, until you get to the other side, because you're almost there and you've invested a lot.
Yeah,
You've been sweating,
I
you've
had
been working so hard.
pop-up blocker. I have one. But a message came up on YouTube and said that they were going to block my player if I continued to use it. So then I got kind of scared. I was like, oh my. So it's not on for YouTube anymore. I don't know what happened with that, but I need to watch YouTube. That's half of what I do here.
Hard on the 90 meters. You're almost there, so you would do it.
Like, we
so
can't have that.
Let's talk about that. So our vision is now more embodied in us, okay? More necessary, more mandatory, our success, than a while ago.
Okay.
The reasons are enormous, limitless, but I'll give you a few. Why Onpassive is more important, or the vision, the ideology of Onpassive today is far more important today than 5 years ago. Why? Number one.
Oh God, we have a list.
We see the other side.
Did you?
What are?
Did you have to fucking think of it? Yeah, it's hard to come up with reasons, isn't it, Ash?
Our choices. What are our options? It's the most reasonable, logical, lovable concept that we see out there. Nobody offers better. Don't wait for a better solution from the White House or the Pink House or whatever Bangladesh. It's not going to come from a president. We've got to create our own economy as the people of this planet, beautiful planet. Don't wait for a solution to be handed to you from whoever, having a nice talk.
Like
they
you?
always deliver one thing, cheat their way into the top, and fail to deliver one single thing for you and me. That's the only thing they deliver. Failure. So they steal our hopes and dreams, and we put them in the wrong. So, but when you have a movement, a tribe such as Onpassive, and those incredible leaders around,
a tribe,
you understand that it's coming from people who care, who are actually in the field, and they mean to do such a thing.
But here's the thing, Ash. You can love these people all you want, but if you're not giving them a business that they can make money out of, then you're not helping them. Like, what do you plan on doing here to help this alleged 1.4 million people, many in India and South Africa, like in PNG? Like, what are you going to do for them to help them if you don't have a business that's profitable? Or you already owe on bills, so you don't have the money personally. So, like, what's the plan here? Love, and these webinars aren't going to do it.
They're not running for any office or position. They're doing it from the heart, by design. Not for any cheap reason. Number two, because of who we have with us today. 5 years ago, yeah, we were a small group, okay, much smaller than today. But being together today for that invested time, we have more minds on the vision, more eyes on the vision, more people who are supporting that, more talent, more expertise, more love, more in every aspect.
But what are they doing to make the vision come to life? What are you doing to make the vision come to life? Because right now it's nothing. It's just giving motivational speeches on webinars again. You somehow are doing worse off than you were a year ago. Like, so it's fine to have this vision and have all these people have the same vision as you. And for everyone to have the ability to love. I don't know if you have that, but I'm sure a lot of the people in this do. That's all fine and dandy. But if you're not then doing anything to make that vision come true, turn it into something other than a vision, then you're not doing shit. You just have a nice dream. You might as well just admit, yeah, it's like being in a doomsday cult. Although instead of you waiting for the end of the world, you're waiting for the big payday. And then you keep moving the goalpost on it every time the day comes. Using all the same tactics. Oh, well, just believe. Don't worry, God has a plan for us. Everything will be wonderful. We're going to be better than everyone and millionaires soon.
So because of those, in every angle you look at it, it adds more power to the process so we can get to where we want to go. Because we have more power from the people within. Plus, let's look at the other side. Cannot disappoint that many people anymore. If it's desired by that number of people, then it's a big deal. Same thing goes by how many people are trying to kind of like, say, resist. I know their imaginary dream is to destroy us, but good luck with that. Now, when you realize how big of a deal it is, we're up to something so pretty. So that's why it matters more today than 5 years ago. We've invested time, we've invested money, energy, and relationship, ups and downs, good and bad.
Yeah, and you have less now. than you did almost a year ago. All right, 10 months ago, you had more than you had today. Now you have less. You're going downhill. So why should we believe that's going to get any better?
Bad, laughter, cries, all of that. It's not easy to let that go. We are 90%
now it's only 90?
To the other side where we want to go.
Jesus Christ, how the fuck did we lose 5% during this speech? Look at you. Because you're talking to us like this, we just lost 5% success rate. We started at 95, now it's 90.
It's a disaster to think of quitting or sinking or going back. There's no way.
Earlier, we just went back 5%.
Which is, yeah, we've been here and the information is out there. The IT providers or the technology providers or the business providers in different sectors have heard about such a nice vision provided by us. And some were very involved, paying attention to the details. Yet, they didn't care to provide a better solution or to compete in a constructive way. So even if the blueprint is obvious right now, it's no secret to all of us.
Ash.
Yet nobody.
Ash, there is no blueprint to become a millionaire and make everyone else a millionaire around you just because you have a big heart. There isn't one. I can't provide an like what do you want me to tell people in Onpassive? I'm sorry, Onpassive didn't work out for you. Have you ever thought of joining the Church of Latter-day Saints? Do you believe in Xenu? Have you ever heard of David Miscavige? Maybe you can look up to him like you looked up to Ash Mufareh. Am I supposed to offer an alternative cult? I don't offer that. Instead, I offer recovery from it. Unbrainwashing yourself. Education about these things and the tactics they use and how to get better from it. That's what I offer. I don't think I would be doing a good job out here if I offered them Scientology. You know, that wouldn't be good.
Bothers. Nobody cares because it's not that good for them.
Back in 2022, I lost two very important people in my life. Big figures. It really wasn't until February.
BetterHelp is a scam. Stop promoting it.
We come to know people so close, to know their life, their stories. And because of that, we cannot let them down. Not on my dead body, I would let one of them down. If they're genuine with us, we'll do whatever we could in our power, even the impossible. We'll go the ugliest path, just not to disappoint any of those incredible people. It's a beautiful concept what we have. It's a beautiful concept. Don't pay attention to the mechanics. They're irrelevant. The overall success is already within reach. It's almost in hands. It's needed. It is so much needed today because of the time we've invested, because nobody bothers, okay, because of the attraction we have, who we have, all those reasons. And I can give you more and more. And you can add your own if you want to chime in anytime, perhaps.
I'm good.
And another thing is we've learned a lot. We believe we're more effective now than a while ago. We make mistakes by trusting the wrong pals or the enemy within, or we make mistakes out of love.
Oh my God.
Because we're made of the right stuff. Based on a good intention. We made mistakes in good faith of some individuals.
You can have good intentions all you want. You really can. But again, If you're not doing anything, you're not going to make money. You do not get paid to do webinars telling people to believe in the impossible dream in the future. Unfortunately, I don't know, maybe look into going into motivational speaking, Ash.
But most people, you would reevaluate and question those principles. Should I trust? Should I care? Or why should I bother? Actually, that would be the biggest disaster you would have in your life if you let
Here's
evil...
the thing, if you actually had something worth believing in, then you wouldn't care if people questioned it or sought out information outside of you. Because you would be confident that even if they had all of the information, even if they watched me and the Recovering Hunbot, every single video we've ever made on you, that they would still want to be a part of this. Because it's that fabulous, right? It's going to save all of humanity. But you put a lot of work into telling people, like, not to go seek elsewhere, not to question things. How come you don't just have the answer to those questions? If this was really it, I think you would, especially if you were sent by God. Did God not give you the answers? Damn it, God failed again.
Overtake the good in our life. It becomes more important for you to fight and stick to your principles because you know they're bothering so many crooked people. As my brother Chris Johnson said,
people?
Most handsome man in 2024 in the state of Michigan. I've seen that somewhere, right? Got to lighten up the process. Okay, so select a proper resource to get your information from. If you're listening to somebody and all you're hearing is doom and gloom, and they're crying about everything, you're going to be probably in the hospital because it's unhealthy.
All right, so I guess we should turn you off right now then, because that's all I see going on over here.
Why you shouldn't listen to unsuccessful people. Number one, they're not successful. Unsuccessful.
Number one, you're not successful. I bet you my husband's worked more than you have in your life. And he's like 20 years younger than you. How about that? Honestly, come on, Ash. What success do you have? What, do you think because you bought some new trinkets for your shelf that all of a sudden you look rich? You think that those things behind you are what rich people would buy to put on their shelf? Those fake flowers there? Come on. Come on. I see, though, that you do have a queen back there. That's nice. I like that you're representing for me. Thank you for that.
For people, they're not successful. Why would you listen to somebody who's even unknown?
Exactly. That's my point. Why would you listen to a man that's been running a business for 6 years and hasn't even made $1 off of it, allegedly? Because remember, he hasn't admitted to his co-founders that he pocketed the $108 million. So to them, he's made $0, which is almost worse. They don't even think of, where did all that money go that we paid in? So it's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, you're equally not successful at running a business, Ash. I mean, honestly, you're not running a successful business. And yeah, you do need to make a profit to be a successful business. You can't come in here and be like, I'm changing the rules. I've decided that having a successful business has nothing to do with profits. And it's all about how much you want to save humanity and how many people you can get to believe in your dream. And then the rest of the world's just like, okay, that's not how it works. It's crazy that you think that that's just how this works. And now you can call yourself a successful business owner. When According to you, you've made $0 off this. Wait, if Ash is successful, then what happened to Ash Max or GDI or the pay diamond he was doing? This man's done nothing but multi-level marketing scams that have literally crashed and been called pyramid schemes and shut down by the SEC for the last 20 years. They've actually been shut down. Pay diamond, shut down. There's a few he's been in that are like, oh, God, why would you ever trust someone that's been running a business for 6 years and still doesn't have a product or even a website that you can log into and OES it? I can even log into Smart Desktop AI. And they like just started. What the fuck is your excuse? You've been going for 6 years. Come on. That's ridiculous. The founders who earn SSI government benefit should start donating that money to the Onpassive employees who weren't paid for a long time. Marty and all other founders need to help the suffering Onpassive employees. Yeah, no, they're too busy making them out to be enemies and claiming that it's just people stealing from them now that the problem is. You know, because the employees that went on strike and that want to get paid, they're evil. They're not just hardworking folks who got hired at his fucking workplace and were told that they were going to get paid certain wages and then not given them, which makes them actually his victims. No, not at all. They're evil now. How dare they ask for their pay? He might be a nice guy and give them a month of it soon, though, he said. You know, at this point, he owes them 7 months. You know, because they worked until end of July. And many of them said they weren't paid since beginning of January. So, you know?
Two, they don't offer you a solution. They're just crying and bitching about everything. No matter what you do, they're going to find something to pick on. Always the dark side of everything. So is it healthy for you to listen? No. Okay, no. Keep in mind, the whole thing about picking your source, I said picking, it's optional. That's the beautiful side of the internet.
Oh,
and today's media. You choose, you click, you decide, and you select what you want to hear. Why would you want to select something negative and it's going to suck your time and energy?
That's
right. Why would you do that? If somebody's adding value, whether it's information, hope, promise, or a practical solution, or something positive.
It's all false. It's all false just so that you can come on here and play pretend God and CEO of the internet to a group of people. That's all this is. It's just Ash's playtime. Like, it's more cruel to go and find a bunch of people that are vulnerable and give them a bunch of false hope and then fuck them over, Ash, than it would have been to just leave them the fuck alone. Leave them alone. They'd be better off. It's almost worse to have false hope fed to you for you to think that you found a solution, which then stops you from continuing to look for one, by the way. Get strung along for years upon years and then be let down. That's far worse. Because like I said, then it takes them away from actually doing things. There's people that they could have been learning how to do all this stuff for themselves. But they're too busy going to these damn webinars and hearing this bullshit from you for the past 6 years. Instead of actually working on themselves. You tell people to work on themselves, but then you're like, but then you have a webinar at 10, and a webinar at 11, and noon, and 2, and 6. And don't forget about our trivia night. And then you're like, oh, but we give you time freedom. It's insanity. That's insanity to continue going on like this. Especially when you admitted that you haven't had money since June of 2022. So you don't even have the money to make new products. Your employees are on strike. They're the ones that were your tech team. It was your tech team in the Hyderabad office. So nobody's building anything. So you're just trying to string them along again. And it's going to make the letdown even worse. And if you actually did have a heart, you just let these people go and leave them the fuck alone at this point. This is cruel. You're a sociopath. Because I don't know how you could do this and not be. Honestly, I just don't.
Enabling you to think different, better, all of it. I would listen to them, sure. But if somebody's telling you it's ugly, it's impossible, you cannot do this, you're going to lose, you're a loser.
He decided that he's arranging his shelf all day, as you can see. There's new stuff on there. Looks like he worked pretty hard on it, you know. Busy man. That'd be hard work for him.
Why are you doing that? And they're not giving you a solution or alternative. Why would you listen to them? One negative thought shuts down your immunity system for 48 hours. Not 2 hours, not 4 minutes, 48 hours. Those are 2 days in Denmark, in Costa Rica, in Bangladesh. No matter where you are, 24 hours, twice. One negative thought. So if you sit down and listen to
That's just a lie.
One of those idiots for an hour, and you get, let's say, 5 days.
I don't know where the hell you got that from. That's quite the hit.
5 or you know, maybe 10 negative thoughts. You're destroyed for the month.
Yes.
So all you need is listen to a 1 hour rant of an idiot, unsuccessful loser. So 1 a month, your life is over. So be careful about the sources of your information, the knowledge, and the the facts.
We laugh over here a lot. I would argue that you're being far more negative than I am right now.
Only listen to people who are ahead of you. They're successful. They're ahead, like, I don't want to say above you, but they've been there. Okay, they have been through that journey.
So then they wouldn't listen to you. You're not successful. Like, what do you have? I don't understand. If that was true, I would be dead by now. How many negative actions by Ash in the last 6 years? Tons. Tons. Right? He's very angry. Is he talking about himself, right? It would affect your immune system completely, just like depression affects your immune system. And anxiety really affects your immune system too, by the way. But I don't know where he's getting this, like, one negative thought equates to your immune system actually shutting down for 48 hours. Like, if you think negatively, all of a sudden your whole immune system shuts down and you have to be rushed to the hospital. I was like, okay, well, no, you just made that up. So let's not spread that around. Let's not do medical misinformation too. All right, we got enough misinformation over here about technology and business. And we already had some medical misinformation with the damn med beds. Let's not go back there. Why is he ranting about his own rants? It does sound like that. What has made Ash so angry today? Apparently somebody posted something somewhere that Chris had to force them to take down and apologize for. And they did. So I don't know. He seems to be controlling the masses just fine. You think he'd be in a great mood.
And they know how to take you there, okay? Walk you by the hand to take you where you want to go. Like Michael Williams said, okay, he's been there. He's been successful. I would listen to him every minute he is available. He's given me that. Because good leaders are always...
Every time that you have a negative thought, your immune system shuts down for 48 hours. That's what he just said. And then he even laughed a little bit at the end. But, I don't think it was because of that. He's very upset.
Available to help. Their time is valuable, but they're always available. Not just when it's lucrative for them or profitable, when they're having cheap clicks or views, okay?
Okay.
No matter what, They're showing up day in, day out. They're giving you their time. They're available. Good leaders are available to help you because they mean and they're interested in your success.
I don't want to lead adults. Okay? Here's the thing. Grown adults do not need me to come and lead them. All right? I don't want to run a cult, damn it. I don't want people to praise me. I don't want people to think that I am the end all be all of all information, especially all information. Listen, I know a lot about the occult, and I know a lot about MLMs, and I'm learning about tech and shit, but no, I don't know everything. Okay? I can't do math. There's a lot of things that I don't know. But what I do think is important is I think we need people out here that are actually telling people to use critical thinking skills, teaching people how to spot these cult-like tactics to manipulate them. You know, you gotta always know how other people can take advantage of you. It's good to know those things. And sometimes cults are just fucking interesting. But I don't want to be a leader. I don't think that the people that watch me are here because they need someone to lead them and tell them how to live life. They're all grown adults. They can all make their own decisions. They're allowed to watch whoever they want. I don't care. I don't even know who most of my people watch. All right? unless they're in my Discord and they're sharing it every once in a while into the Discord, I don't even know what they're watching. You think I'm going around trying to find out where my people are after this live stream? No, we'll hang out in the Discord when I'm in there. Other than that, it's none of my fucking business. If they want to tell me, cool. I mean, I'll have the conversation. I'll never turn anyone away and be like, fuck you, unless you've really done something to me. There's some of you out there that I would do that with. But for the most part, no, and I don't hold grudges. I can get over things pretty fucking easily, too, as long as you're not in my ear constantly. Some of you have been, though, so just out there in the world watching here, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. But, like, no. That's the thing. See, you don't need that. All right? You are fully capable of making your own decisions and running your own lives. And quite frankly, maybe if you're constantly seeking someone to look up to and someone to emulate and someone to kind of be a leader for you, then maybe you need to look within and figure out what parts of yourself that you have to make better. Not that they're injured or anything or there's anything wrong with you, but obviously there's some things that maybe you got to work out so that you can be your own fucking leader. So that you are the one that's in control of your life. Because life doesn't happen to you. You can take control of your life. But that's the thing. All of you are fully 100% capable of doing that without me telling you how. Right? You don't need Ash telling you how either. I'm sure that all of you have support networks. And if you don't, then I'm sure that you've found other avenues. If you ever do need help, I would be happy to help you with that. But I am not here to be some kind of like martyr or a leader of the people. Even that leave cults. I don't want that. I don't want you to think that I'm some kind of like big person on here. I'm just a bitch in my living room with a laptop who's really good at talking and being funny sometimes. And I know a lot about this stuff, so I figured why the hell not, you know? That's all. We're all on the same level. I'm not above you because I'm on YouTube. And even if I was sitting here with 1 million subscribers, I would still not be above you or know more than anyone on here. That's the problem with YouTube creators and people like Ash, is they start to get a bit of a head on them where they think that now there's some all-powerful being on here, and we don't need that. Right? We do not need that. And that's my whole issue with cults and MLMs and all these things, and with the whole hustle culture, just in general, does that to people. All right? Personal development is great, but you should be doing it for you or for your family, not because you've joined an MLM company and they're telling you to do it every Tuesday. I believe that in life, a very big part of life is learning and growing and trying to do better every day. And I think that as long as you have that kind of mindset in your life in some way, shape, or form, some people, they like to work on a career. Some people, they like to work more on a family. Some people, whatever. As long as you're doing that in some way, then you're probably doing pretty fucking good. But you don't need people out here like Andrew Tate or like Ash Mufareh or even me, okay, to be like, this is how you should be living your life. And there is nobody on here that has the answer to that. All right? Here's the thing. We're all guessing as we go along. All of us. It's like you are. I am too, man. We're all just trying to do our best out here. Nobody has the answer. There is no secret key or code or encryption that you can type in somewhere and boom, you have the answer to how to be the most respected, richest person in the world. And I really need people to stop fucking saying that they have one. It's really annoying. Please stop it. And that is what Ash is essentially doing here. And see, this is cruel to do to people. And it does kind of make me think that you do think that you're above all these people. Because I personally, like I said, I get icky feelings if I'm like, oh, somebody is looking down on the people that are in their audience. I don't like that. But the way that you're wording all of this, it's like you're the one with all the answers. And you're really not. Not even in how to run a business. You don't have a successful business. If you had a business that was bringing in millions of dollars every fucking day, but then maybe you could claim some of this. But what makes Ash so fascinating is that he has nothing. And many of us don't even see the charm, the charisma. And I put myself in their headspace quite often, and I'll be like, okay, I think I can maybe sort of see it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, this man just talks bullshit. Like, after a while, aren't you like, oh my God, stop telling me bullshit every day? Come on, people, The fun part is Ash is making a speech like he has done something great. And that's what I mean. I'm like, dude, we've regressed here. 10 months ago, you at least had a few free products. You could log into an OES. I was so proud. I was like, well, at least now they finally got something. That's better than nothing, I guess. I mean, if they can get it to the point where they can sell it and people can make commissions, we might actually have a real MLM here. Look at that. Took, 6 years, but woohoo, whatever. I think it's worse when you don't have anything. It's creepier, that's for sure. And he's acting like he's some successful businessman that has done it all. So you should listen to him and nobody else, because nobody else has been through it like he has. These people are lost and they need Ash to put them in position. No diddy. I suspect Ash is doing nothing but wasting his time waiting for something to come up to save him. He tried to make it sound like he had investors. So I'm wondering if that's going to circle around again ever. You know how things he says things and then you don't hear about them. And then 3 months later, they come up again. I don't know. If Ash was making millions of dollars like a real deal person was, he wouldn't give a fuck about these people at all. He wouldn't be in webinars. He wouldn't be in anything. I don't know if he would, and I don't know if he'd need to at that point. He had products, but products that nobody wants. Exactly. But at least there was something. Because again, for the first like year and a bit that I was covering this, we were just doing this. It was like this. We're just back to square one now. Some of you have maybe only been here for like a year or so. So for you, it's like, oh, I came here when there was stuff and now there isn't stuff. And it seems like a loss. But really, we're just back to what they're used to. If anything, this is their comfort zone, weirdly enough. And they do appear to be quite comfortable still promoting this with nothing. And I know that's bizarre. I'm sure you wouldn't be. I definitely would be a fucking anxious mess. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. But they, for some reason, this seems to be like their comfort zone.
Corrupted leaders or so-called leaders, you think they're leaders, you're listening to them, they're sucking your time and money, and they're not giving you an option or alternative or any opportunity. They're not offering you anything positive.
Switch to Chrome to easily store your passwords, so you can sign in with just a click.
Oh, you mean I don't need no password? Wow, amazing.
They only will show up when it's profitable for them, when it's beneficial for them. Good leaders are able to lead you. Able. They're available, they're able. They're available and they're able.
Okay, we get it.
Doesn't matter, for somebody who's unable and they give you 24 hours of their time. It's a waste of your time too. Gotta be able. Listen to somebody who's able, who's been through that before. But
where are you leading me? Because if you're leading me off a cliff, I'm good. I don't need a leader. I'm good.
Now they're just doing it with you. They're allowing you to be in, and they're doing it much bigger, at a higher scale, and much better because they have experience. I often like the concept and the analogy of a travel guide versus travel agent. So if somebody is preaching lots of theory and bogus and all of that, and they haven't even done that to themselves, like they're booking you to destinations they've never been to.
Oh, the irony. He's thinking.
Somebody would sell you something delusional, and they've never been there.
Oh, yeah?
When a travel guide will actually be there in the field, walk you by the hand. I have been there many, 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 many times, and I'm just taking you there.
Is that why we brought sports up in the field? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck that rant happened like half an hour ago still.
All the detours, I know the details. I'll walk you. I'll take you to the right food, to the place, the people. They know everything. They've been there. They're just taking you there this time. That's it. You need a travel guide.
Why?
So don't waste your time and energy with unsuccessful.
Why do people need a travel guide in life? Why cannot people not just be empowered and take control of their own lives? Why?
People, first of all, before you read any book, look at the cover, at the writer, the source. Do you want to be like them? If somebody I wouldn't wish to be like, why would I listen to them? So I'm going to ask you, all of you are listening to those incredible people who care about your life, okay? Question that again. Think again today. One more time. Do you want to be like them? Do you want to achieve what they've achieved, which is zero and misery?
You don't know that.
Or do you want to be with people who will stretch your dream and make you think bigger, bolder? There's a different way. There's another way. And we're going to fight. We're going to try together in unity, in love. And we can do it. Make no mistake, we can achieve that. So I didn't want to talk about the mechanics and the details and all that. Like Red said.
You don't know what any of us have achieved in our lives. That's the thing. You really don't know. You don't know what we have and don't have.
Okay, turbulent, doesn't matter, okay? We're going to get there. Crawling, flying, on a rocket, on a boat, on a scooter, skating, it doesn't matter. We're going to get there, okay? We're going to get there. It doesn't matter how. There's so many ways to go to Jamaica. I mean, Rome. I love this theme of 360 because you have better speakers than me every time. I don't like it when you just invite me here, okay? The focus would be on me. So I'm very happy. Again, I'm delighted to be here. And again, I would love for you to get in. I didn't want to have a speech in a way, but make no mistake. We know what's coming, and we know we always offer solutions. You get stuck in one way, no problem. There's another way, okay? So yeah, some things didn't work, okay? Doesn't matter the reasons. We'll invite you one day. We'll say, bring your popcorn, some tissues, or your beverage, whatever it is, and sit down, and we're going to tell you a story. Okay, we'll let you know that in time. It's not going to change anything, just for curiosity, maybe. Okay. Now, what matters to you today? We know we are on the right track with the right people, and we're going to win all the way. We're going to give you the time, the money, the solutions that you need to improve your life. There's a massive, massive need for the concept and the idea of Onpassive.
Yeah, there's a massive need for an email client and an O Connect. I don't really think so. I've never thought so. I think it's bizarre that you keep saying there's a massive need, because when you did have products for several months, you did not have thousands and millions upon millions of people come join. So I don't know where you get these numbers from, but we'll be right back.
Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. You just whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy. No one fucks with my hose. The Lizard hose is about 30 bucks. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No, no, no. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. We get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you sexual endorphin spray, trademarked. We have now created the foot fetish Fantasia spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the foot fetish Fantasia spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor.
Yeah, now we have to go back to listening to this.
It's absolutely a better way. It's more fair. It's more, it has more justice, if you wish. Okay, anybody can succeed. Okay, let me tell you something. This is just, it should go by without saying, which is because of what's happening. It made me think, what's your chance of achieving that on your own? Success is not easy. Here's the good news. You're not risking your own money or time, or, you know, you're not being
Damn it, I wish we could do that. No, I'm just joking.
fought in every dimension like we are. So this is it's an easy ride for you, okay? So you just get the positive results, and when it's not good, you don't have to pay the price. So when you get somebody who's telling you, come on, let me do it, right along, I'll take you to where you want to go, and I'll take all the heat. I'll take all the arrows thrown at me. You're safe. You're protected. Nothing is going to come your way. You got nothing to lose, number one. And number two, you don't get that again in your life. You don't give that twice. No chance that you would ever give this again in your life, where you have somebody that is doing it for you better than you can do it on your own. Trust me. And they have done it before, but they're including you this time at a bigger scale.
Probably.
When you get that, don't question, don't think, just jump. So, because of that,
just jump. Ugh.
When you think about the risk of being with us, seriously, the risk is at us. Okay. When you think about that, okay, we are taking the risk. We are paying the price.
Oh, you'll pay the price.
Amazing people around us from this community who are contributing heavily. Also, they got some of the heat being in the battle too, but it just makes us stronger because it's not one man. It's not a one-man show. It's not one person who's doing that. So there are so many of us on the company side, from the leaders around, everybody. We have enough people to fight for the vision, for the dream on your behalf, and you just enjoy the fruit and the harvest. You got nothing to lose, absolutely nothing, and everything to gain, everything to gain. Look at history.
You got
look at the
nothing
record.
to
This hasn't
lose.
been done before.
Okay.
For the first time, a company, a person, a group of people, a team is willing to pay the price for your success, using their money, their time, their sacrifice, the reputation, all of that to make it possible for you. And for
What a
those who are
humanitarian.
probably have no chance, zero chance. The vast majority of the global population would have zero chance to achieve what could be achieved when we do it in our group. So because of that, it's inevitable for you to evaluate your thinking, reset your mindset, and make sure that you're listening to the right people, to the clean, ethical people with integrities, transparency, and what matters most is what's their intention toward you, your family, your future. What would this idiot do to your life? Okay, I'm talking about the unsuccessful people. If you continue listening to them, following them, believing in them, what would happen to you 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Or people who are really genuine about making a difference, positive impact. What would happen to you if you listen and engage and do business with them? The decision is simple, is easy, is a no-brainer. Be wise, be selective about your time, your energy, your dreams, and know who to ride with. I said, make it conversational. I suppressed your appetite to speak for a month, I guess. Okay.
All right.
Back
so,
to you.
Yeah, I'll make it conversational with you. Everything that you're saying is so right. Unsuccessful
You're
people
right about that too.
have
I knew you're a
unsuccessful
wise
habits. Right? Unsuccessful people have unsuccessful habits. It's just that simple. And successful people have successful habits, and they leave clues. Right? Successful people leave clues.
Okay, but what do you call success? Okay, because here's the thing. I am not trying to be some big successful YouTuber. All right, so success for me means that I'm happy in my real life. Okay, so success for me looks like my husband's happy and healthy. My daughter is happy and healthy, doing well in school. Right? Like what is success? Because you can't really do much for me in terms of that, even with your damn technology company. Like taking care of those things is up to me, you know? What are you going to give me? Do you think you're going to come out here and give me a motivational speech and then it's going to make my daughter healthier? Or it's going to make me a better mom? Probably not. That's something that I have to work on every single day, because if you're a good person, you're just working on yourself every single day. So, like, I don't understand. Like, the only thing that you would really be able to give these people would have been some finance, some wages, which We found out you don't even pay your employees the wages you're supposed to pay them. So I'm not thinking that anyone's going to ever get their commissions. I mean, if you have no problem stiffing hired employees for that long, I really don't think that you are planning on paying anyone, to tell you the truth. Like, so when you say like those people won't give you success, like I'm over here like I never promised to give people a successful life if they watched me. I'm sorry, I could give you a laugh. You might learn some things about cults and shit. We can definitely watch this shit show, but I don't ever remember being like, I'm here on YouTube to change everybody's life. Like, that was never a thing. And honestly, I find it very cringy when people do that. It's like, wait, who are you? You know, like I don't get that. But so, like, Ash, what would us looking up to you provide for us? Like, how are you going to then help me in my real life? Because it looks like all you do is you come up and you do these sorts of speeches. And like, if I didn't exist anymore, who would you bitch about? You know, like if you didn't have us haters out here, us naysayers and etc., then you wouldn't have your us versus them mentality at all. So who would you bitch about? So you wouldn't be given these kind of motivational speeches. The rest of the time, you're just blubbering about technology that you don't have. Like, what is the value in what you're going to give me? What is your plan? Is it just to do these webinars? Like, be more specific with this now. If you're going to come out here and say that you're the one that has the answer for how everyone can live their life and be successful, you got to provide more than you have here.
Books out there, whatever, but you can look and see what people are doing. You know, when you listen to people speak, yeah, some people, you know, can fool you for a limited time. It's not something that's lasting, right? So you know when somebody is truthful. You know when somebody's coming to you and they mean you good, like they're not trying to harm you. You know, so when we hear you speak specifically, Ash, and you come time and time again, you know, that speak volume, right? I mean, that's incredible.
That's incredible.
It is no measure of sanity to be well-adjusted.
You know, you're not.
But like, what did he offer? A promise to eventually fix my life isn't good enough. I need more than that. What is he promising here? You know, we haven't even done any yet.
Stop going there.
We need a few of them now.
Stop going there.
I feel like.
Don't panic.
Lord, Ash is a comedic genius. See, if he was just trying to do a parody, this would be great. This would be like SNL.
Somewhere in some corner, you know, hiding, ducking, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're here to deliver something that's going to be life-changing for people, and you stand behind it firmly. And that's what we love about you, right? It's not to come and praise you and all this nonsense stuff. It's just speaking the truth, that I want to surround myself with people that's going in the right direction. I want to surround myself with people that think the way I think, people who want to make the world a better place, right? Because it's been said so many times.
I also want to surround myself with people that want to make the world a better place, but I do not want to surround myself only with people that think the way I think. That would be very boring, and I feel like I would never learn anything or be able to see things from other people's point of views. And I really like to see what people that think the opposite of me are thinking. Maybe you should open your mind to that. Maybe that's why you're not happy, Michael.
Times, but how many people have actually lived up to that? How many people have actually gone to bat for people? We already know what the numbers are. People can Google it and see how many people are in poverty and all this crazy stuff. We're talking about billions of people. That's just the bottom line. So if you know, people have good intentions, then something would have been done about this a long time ago. So why is it that year after year after year, it just gets worse and worse and worse? It doesn't get better. Where is the solution? So here comes Onpassive saying, hey, you know what? Enough is enough.
What are you talking about? Like, are you now saying that you're going to fix inflation? Like, I don't understand. You're going to bring down the cost of living? Like, Ash Mufareh for president 2024, 2028? I don't know. Fuck. What are you doing?
Get it. People are tired. You know, people are searching. People actually want to achieve. But where's the money, right? You know, we don't want to see some account that's showing this crazy and we can't access it. Like, where's the money? Money is made when sales are made. You have to sell something. And so you make money that way. To me, that is real. That's a real business. Because you know what? Hey, if I made 2 sales, hey, I know I made money from those 2 sales. So when we look at Onpassive and see that this company is about how can we help every single one, not just because we know there's lots of great companies out there, absolutely, and they sell great products. But are they helping everyone put money in their pockets so that they can actually pay their bills and have a decent quality of life? Are they doing that? And the answer is no. What they do is they continue to take from people. They don't care how poor you are. They still take your last dollar from you, right? And so that's what we're saying is when we look and see.
Okay, so is what you're giving people just, again, money, generational wealth? Like, Lord.
What Onpassive is about, all we see is a company that says, yes, we can be the difference maker. And that's what I love about this company. That is why I'm here, and I'm still excited about what we have in store and what is coming for all of us, because it is there.
Michael Williams' aim's going to end up running. I could see him doing those speeches.
Are that much closer. It's not time to retreat. It's not time to say, oh boy, we got to start over from scratch. No, you make adjustments, right? And then you move forward. That's how you win, right? That's how you win. And that's what this is all about. So I love it.
I love it too. You know what?
That's what it's all about. That's how you win. That's it. What's how you win? What, by making money? But you're not making money. And right now there is no way to make money. So I don't understand how you're winning. If winning means making money and then you're not making money. Lord.
You know today, you didn't know 5 years ago. What you know 5 years ago is probably irrelevant today. So it is necessary to be dynamic. Any leader should be very dynamic and act upon the developments in journey. So it is necessary. In my life, I have 2 channels on my radio. Okay, it's one called N, stands for negative, and the other one is P, obviously stands for positive. I get to choose every day to tune in only positive casting and broadcast. That's the only thing I would listen to. If you're listening to somebody, always think of who they are and what's the source of that information. What's their achievement and accomplishment? Okay, look at that. If you're impressed, go for it. And if they do offer you a slice of their success, and I'm not just talking about wealth, whether it's information or something inspiring, any value, go for it. Follow them. But I wouldn't follow somebody that I'm doing much better than them, or I have another opportunity that, let's say in our case. So let me break it down a little, easier for you. Okay, you listen to somebody that is negative. They're known unsuccessful. They're unknown. They're just like, because they're like a bug, or piggybacking on our shoulders in a way that, okay, well, there's a lot of talk about this concept of this company or this man or this ideology. All right, okay. So if I talk about it, chances, any number is a good number. If I talk about me and myself, I'm assuming, the negative, okay?
It's actually really, really creepy that they're talking about this as an ideology now instead of just it being an MLM company. Like, now we really have tipped over fully into cult territory. And the issue is there's no coming back from that now.
Nobody's interested. But if I talk about somebody else in a negative way, I get that. They choose the negative way. Now, you have a choice to say the positive way. Why are you talking about Onpassive negatively? If it's so horrible, if you don't offer a solution, why are you wasting your time? Like a couple of hours a day. It's good.
You're right, Ash. Maybe the entire community that speaks out against cults and multi-level marketing company, we should have just shut the fuck up, and we should let David Miscavige continue to murder people in his Scientology cult. They just found his wife recently. And also, we should have just let Keith Raniere continue to brand and rape women in NXIVM. I mean, it's so negative to talk about these topics. And I'm just such a negative person for wanting to speak out about that harm that comes to people that these cause, and the harm that these cause our entire society. I mean, it's so negative. Do you know what would be great, Ash? If you and your cult would fuck off, along with Scientology, Love Is One, several of the other cults like Ekankar that I've talked about on my channel, and then I wouldn't have to sit here and talk about how cults are dangerous for society and, speak out about it and be so fucking negative. Unfortunately, our world is kind of a crappy place, and there's things like this that exist that want to manipulate. vulnerable people and take advantage of them and then control them for their own personal gain. People like you, Ash. If people like you didn't exist, then I wouldn't have to be here. We would need an entire community on the internet to speak out about it. And do you know why there has to be a community, Ash? Because all the agencies, their hands are so fucking full. Like, people are like, why is the SEC case taking so long? Because there's about 300 million scams that they're trying to shut down every day. So the court dates are so backed up that now we have to wait 2 years for these litigations. They don't have enough hands on deck. So they need the public. They need people like myself to volunteer our time dedicated to speaking out about these things and reporting them to them. They don't always find out about them. There's even places to report cults to, believe it or not. Religious ones. They're being tracked too. We're trying to keep statistics on all of them and what they're up to. And if it wasn't for people just that did it like I do because they find it interesting and they have a voice that they can use, you know, public speaking, I used to love it, never a fear for me. Some people don't like it. So, you know, maybe they don't want to do this, and that's absolutely fine. But that's why people like myself that do have the ability to do this should step up and do it. You know? And it sucks. It does. It sucks. I wish that the whole world could just be puppies and unicorn and kitty cat videos. That would be a wonderful YouTube, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, there's some shitty ass people out here in our world. And so we need people to speak out about it. And honestly, this is one of the best places to do it. So that's why we're here, Ash. That's why I do this. Like every single day. All right. It's fun. I have fun with it. You should try, instead of ripping people off for their money and trying to get them into a cult, you should see how much joy you get from helping someone get back their money and then watching someone leave a cult, recover, and then go be successful doing their life. Because I bet you that feeling is better than any that you've felt in Onpassive.
Good, but you're too loser, like you're too idiot to believe that you even have a shot. And you chose the evil way to tap in that momentum. When you could choose to ride along and be constructive, we could listen and make it better if you have something. But I'm going to go back to you. Anybody here in Onpassive or would listen to this, think about this. If you're listening to somebody who's not taking you to where you want to go, stop that. It's not going to happen in 20 years or in 3,000 years. Because you cannot.
We're going to have to wait 3,000 years? We're still going to be here in 3,000 years? Oh, Lord. And I thought it was bad when the NEO told me we'd have to speak out for 10 years about Onision. Now you're telling me I got to speak out 3,000 years about this? Okay.
He doesn't have it. They don't have a track record of success or any positivity. They haven't done any good to anybody. Okay.
Be here.
Not even their own self or future, because they're not working on that. They're just bitching about somebody else and moaning and grumping. That's not success. They're miserable. You want to follow them and choose to be inspired by them to go where they're going downhill. Okay. They're losers, period, officially.
Damn.
They have a very, very high degree in misery, in losers. Okay, so from the loser university. And if you have somebody who's done it.
Wow, how long did it take you to think up that one?
The results are out there. They've done it.
It's a done deal.
They're offering you a seat to ride with them on this journey. Would you think about that? Is it a difficult, tough choice?
Again, am I going to be riding off a cliff into a volcano, bunch of lava, you know? Because that's not fun. I'm not really a ride or die chick. I got questions.
It seems like my brothers don't want to
like,
talk
where
to me,
are we
so
going? Where are we going? Who's coming with us? Will there be snacks? What's the destination? You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll talk all the time. Not a problem.
Is there
As
a
you were saying
bathroom
about
on the way?
being an individual and succeeding, whereas being part of a team and all the rest of it is a greater chance of success. And that is very true. Success in numbers. I mean, I'll give you one of the analogies that I always equate to being together and successful in numbers. In fact, there's two analogies for this. But the first one is when I was in the army, I ended up becoming
it's like, I don't know about you, but I've never been sued for $108 million. I've never owed $3.4 million on a bill. But I mean, again, maybe we have different definitions of loser. Like we seem to have different definitions of success. Personally, I think losers are, you know, people with criminal records. But out here on YouTube, I'm finding out that I might be one of the only ones. So, you know, people have different definitions of things.
Instructor teaching new recruits who joined in. And we used to have squads of around about 40 people. Now,
switch to Chrome to help protect yourself from malware. Less worrying, more surfing.
They're unblocking me.
When you have 40 individuals all coming together, that is exactly what they are. They're all individuals. So we don't want people to be individuals in the army. We want people to, guess what? Work as a team, work for each other, and to become one unit. So part of those early days of when people join is that you teach them that they are going to be more successful when, guess what? They are working for each other for a common goal. And their common goal was to pass basic training in 10 weeks. And this is why we molded, manipulated, whatever you want to call it, to get these 40 individuals to their goal of becoming soldiers in the 10-week period. Also, the other analogy for success in numbers is you only have to look at the animal world. Look at shoals of fish, for instance. Why do they shoal together in tight clumps of all the same people, or in this case, all the same fish, all in one place?
Why?
Because it guarantees the success of their species. It guarantees that they are going to spawn and reproduce and get to what their goal is of that. The animal kingdom is exactly the same way. Why do their herds of wildebeest have mass migrations on
and another reason,
with all the same?
They're afraid of a good captain fisherman that would catch them, like Chris Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's never going to happen if
They're
Chris
always
Johnson is
afraid of it
fishing.
because he catches about every fish in the ocean.
only apparently this big. And this is exactly the same in the business world. If you have a opportunity, that is going to give you that team success. Be part of a family or a unit of people that is going to take you as an individual with you to your goal. Why wouldn't you jump on it? Why wouldn't you align yourself and attach yourself with that company who is going to take you around? All you have to do is be there. Be in the middle of that shoal. Let the peripheral of the company take all the hits, take the bites, take all the flak that is going to. We are putting you in the middle of it all, and everything around you is taking the hit. Back to you, Ash.
Brother Red, I want to say something so quick before I forget the idea. So number one, that obviously Tony Robbins said, if you want to be successful like somebody, model them, see what they're doing, or but it gets even easier. You don't even have to follow or study. Somebody's telling you, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've accomplished. Okay. Somebody who generated hundreds of millions, for example, in terms of business, right?
Where?
And they're telling you, yeah, come. I would allow you to be a partner. What should I do? Nothing. It's really a very, very simple decision. And we often question in the network marketing and in the field when somebody asks you, well, have you done any money? Have you earned any money? Okay, or what's in it for you? Don't get tripped by that question. You can say my partner, whether it's Ash or Michael or DeGarmo, you can say is doing so and so. Partner.
How is that not just lying to people? Like, are you saying that these guys are making money? So you want them to say, well, my partner. If someone says, okay, have you made money in this business that you want me to join to make money in? You say, okay, don't fret the question. Just say, my partner is doing it. My partner's making the money. I'm not. That sounds just as sus, doesn't it? That doesn't make me feel better. It's, I feel the same about it. I'm like, okay, but you haven't made anything, so why would I be partnering with you? Who's your partner? Like, what do you mean?
We're partners in success. So if I did it and I'm inviting you along, then it's only a matter of time for you to have a share of that wealth and success. So always remember.
But you don't have wealth and success. And neither does your partner, because you don't have a partner. You have an upline in this thing. Like, I don't. So you want them to lie and say, oh, well, my partner has success, so you just have to join on with me, and then eventually you will. That sounds sus.
Remember that. So you are being invited technically to somebody who's done it.
But you haven't.
Over and over, not just once. So they knew it.
You literally made $108 million, and instead of putting it back into your business to ensure that this was successful for you and everyone, you spent it yourself. You went to the salon and spa, you bought groceries, you bought crypto, you paid for your kids' martial art lessons, and that kind of thing. So you haven't been successful with this business. You haven't, nobody else has. Unless you mean stealing $108 million and pocketing it by putting it in your wife's bank account, if you consider that success. But I don't. That's dirty money. And you know what they say about dirty money. Right, Marty and Chris?
They know how to do it, and every time they ramp it up, obviously. So sound like, okay, what's the next thing? Hundreds of millions, billions. Okay, so they're on a track to set records, and they're telling you, yeah, come, be a partner. You don't have to sell your kidney.
You're not a
This is the brilliant thing with Onpassive, Ash. Okay, we know that there are people out there who've done it, right? Successful people. Right. And they have courses, and they're teaching people, and they're trying to, help people to be better and all of this stuff.
Theory.
Here's the thing. Guess what, Michael? 99% of those people haven't done it. Yeah, 99% of the pictures that you see of one of these coaches in a private jet is a private jet that you rent to take pictures in. 99% of the cars that MLM Huns claim that they've bought are them going down to the car lot and doing a test drive, taking 1 million pictures with it, and then posting them like throughout months. It's all fake it till you make it. The whole thing. It's all a lie. And the people that are successful on here, they're successful because of mommy and daddy's money.
We know that a lot of these people who are trying to learn from these mentor gurus, whatever you want to call them, right? Not that they're not successful, not that they haven't done it before, but we know that the vast majority of people who try to learn from them still can't get it done.
The only person that's taken any money in this thing is Ash taking $108 million, which is written in the SEC litigation. So that's the only person that's got money. Now they claim someone's stolen a bunch of money from them, but they don't know who's stolen the money. It's just they stole the money because they were supposed to be getting their commissions at the end of May. Ash said that the merchant had that money on hold and he would be releasing it to Ash in a bank account, and then he would get it to the founders. And we don't know what happened to that money. Allegedly, he's been broke since June 2022, which is weird because he accepted money from everyone in September of 2023 to December 2023. So
they still can't. Even I say, well, here's the formula, here's the tools to use. They still can't get it done. The brilliance about Onpassive is saying, you know what? We understand that also.
So how do I find out what size medium is?
We understand that. What we're saying for you is, guess what? We're going to put it all together, do all the heavy lifting. You don't have to come in and try to learn AI and tech and all this other fancy stuff and how to build a website and how to put this together, how to create copywriting, sales letters, funnels, this, that, all this fancy stuff. You don't have to do all of that. Because we know if we give you, say, here you go, here's all the training, watch all these videos, and it's going to show you how to do it. The majority of people, number one, they probably won't even go through the process, number one. Number two, if they do go through the process, there's still going to be a vast amount of them that will still not succeed. The brilliance in Onpassive is saying, hey, we know all of that.
That's what all of the multi-level marketing companies say. Every single one of them say this. All right. And then they say, but ours is the one. And there's thousands of them. Why is yours the one when you have less than all the other ones? I'm just wondering.
So guess what we're going to do? We're going to take it to another step, another level, right? We're going to take it to another level by simply saying, hey, it is possible to automate it, guys. It is possible to put it all together. It is possible to make sure that
honestly, maybe the damn chair knows more about what's going on here than Ash does.
You have real products, that you have a proper way to market it, proper traffic, all these things that works, put it all together. Here you go. You can't fail. It's impossible to fail. That's the difference. Because even though I'm the guru, right, and I'm the best of the best, and I'm showing you what to do, it doesn't mean that you're going to succeed. It doesn't mean that you're going to win. It just doesn't mean that, folks. This is where Onpassive separates itself from others.
I want to add one more.
Honestly, like, this is starting to sound more and more like smart desktop AI now. What, you're going to just have a done-for-you system that's just going to buy followers and send them to your business? Like there isn't 500 of those companies running right now? Come on.
Thing. I love what you said, but look at this. You also want to look for somebody who's actually interested in your success. We may not expect somebody to be more interested in your success rather than their own. To my knowledge, we're the only entity.
I definitely know that my CEO of my company has my best interest in mind and wants me to be successful when he takes $108 million from the company, which is all of the money for it, and then transfers it into his wife's bank account. And then they go and spend it all. I mean, nothing makes me feel like he cares about my best interest more than taking his wife to the salon and spa. I mean, yeah, that's how I know that my CEO really truly cares about me, because then he comes on a webinar afterwards and he yells at me about how he really is the one that cares and how I should only listen to him.
And platform that truly cares about your success, your results, more than ours. We're done. We don't need much. It's, in fact, it's more of a liability to sacrifice more for. There's not much gain except your own gain. You don't find this situation again in your life. This is the first, to my knowledge, again, I may be wrong, okay? But it is very obvious to me that we're more interested in your own success, yourself, your life, your future, your family future, more, way more. We can fight for that more than we can do it for ourselves. We're fine. We can be set for life if we choose to, okay? But
oh yeah,
the only thing that we're doing this is because of you. There's no question about it.
Remember there was that webinar where Ash said that he just wanted to make $40 million a day and then he would be happy?
So you want to look at somebody, are they actually interested in another
He
profit,
wanted to, not you. He wanted
venture, or how could they fool you one more time and keep cycling that momentum to their self-benefit? Or they're just working hard to make it better for you, to make something that works for you, at least trying for you. They're actually more motivated, more driven to make it happen for you. If you're actually positively engaged and genuine about that and being, open in a positive way.
Excuse me, here we only put Onpassive in lowercase letters. So could you please put it in lowercase letters in this chat? Thank you.
As you could tell, I'm fired up. I don't think it's a secret, but there is obvious reasons for that, okay? And I cannot tell you how humbled I am by your support and your advocacy and your enormous love and compassion.
Okay.
I don't want to call it empathy. you're thinking we're going to be fine. Okay, we're big, you know, boys, and we're tough guys. Okay, we can take some shots here and there. So it's okay to get a couple punches here and there. That's okay.
Is it? Are
that's
you
not
going to be
define who we
okay?
are. We're made of the real stuff. I haven't talked to anybody from New Jersey today. I would love to hear anything.
Okay, I'll try to squeeze something in here. You guys are pretty.
Are you from New Jersey?
Believe it or not.
It's an honor, man.
Yeah, it sure is. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we've all been in this journey minimum 26 months, some of us 6 years, right? And
I don't know why he's making fun of New Jersey or anywhere else, by the way, because he is literally Florida man. When the SEC sued him, there were actual articles that were like, Florida man sued by SEC for running alleged pyramid scheme. It was beautiful. Beautiful. I was like, I finally have my own Florida man.
For myself personally, and many people, hundreds that I've met, they're taller, they're more proud, they're becoming more of themselves. What company would give you that? Zero.
They're
they're
becoming more of themselves? Like people are becoming more of themselves, or the company is becoming more of itself? Because yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing, I guess, but my whole thing is people could grow as people without Onpassive. I do it every day. It's amazing. You'd be surprised.
People one time I said, look, I want you to think about this for a minute. If Mr. Mufareh went out and built his system.
What system?
To kill it.
Where?
That's exactly what he did, but he scaled it so all of us can kill it. You get to be a bodybuilder, look.
A bodybuilder?
Your YouTube content? Meet vidIQ. Just click on create and instantly unlock thousands of videos.
And you don't have to lift any weights. I mean, all of the work is done for us, all of it. Yes, there's people out there which are.
It's not, you don't have anything right now. At least before, several months ago when you said this, I could at least be like, okay, you have an O Connect and an O Tracker. Maybe it'll turn into something, but you don't even have your OBS anymore. This is getting silly.
You're thinking about
silly.
If you live 80 years and you spend 8 years, I'm going on 6. I mean, we're talking about 7% of my life. I've been here. Am I in it to win it? You freaking right I am. Yes, I could have gone. I could have walked away. I could have did whatever. It never crosses my mind. And I say this. There is nothing better. We know that. I mean, all of us know that. It's not, I don't need to preach that to you or tell that to you, but I'm telling you this. And it was said here, I've seen people be given certain tools to succeed a little better. And a lot of times they don't use it. But with this Onpassive thing, where it takes you to the end, it automates it all. It will never come again.
Good news. Good news. Smart Desktop AI is now free to join. Yes, they have now made it free to join. Because I doubt anyone is paying $187 or $20 for it.
I've been in at least, I hate to count it, but about 50 different businesses in the last 20 years. And every one of them, I jumped in both feet, skydive, I'm in it. But within a couple of weeks, something didn't feel right. And within a month, I'm starting to look for an escape route because something's not right. And then in 2 months, at the most, the company's gone. And what did I do? I invested a lot of time. And
and this one was a little bit different because you already knew who Ash was from doing Global Domains International, GDI. That's why. And you were promised a spot at the top of this pyramid. And you clued in that the only way to make money in these schemes is to be at the top of the pyramid, which means you have to be one of the very first people to sign up. That's the loophole. Right? And then you have to lie to everyone else and tell them that they can be successful too. That's underneath you. So that you can keep making money off of them. That's what this business is. With an MLM, it's the same thing, although you're also selling products while you do it. But that's essentially all it is. So it would feel a little bit different than these other ones you were in, Marty. Right? This one would feel more for sure. But I'm sure that there's people in this that do have their red flags going up and it's screaming at them that they've been in this for way too long and nothing is happening and they need to get out. And it's not really fair for you to tell them not to listen to that because you're kind of fucking them up. It's not nice to tell people not to listen to their own intuitions and things like that and to not be weary of red flags when they're waving in their face. And to really make them second guess themselves as people so that you can have control over them so that you can take their money in some kind of pyramid scheme. That's not nice. I don't like that. So you should stop doing that. Because that's all this is. But it would feel different for you than it would for a lot of these other people. And I feel like you don't have any empathy for that.
But here, we built a family. We built trust. Ash Mufareh hasn't budged. You're right. A normal person would be gone. Thank God he's not normal. I don't think any of us are normal. And I'm going to tell you something. Did you know that some of the negative people have been working the whole 5.5 years I've been in? And they told me from day one, it won't be here next week. They should look at their own notes. Now, what time did they waste and what did they accomplish? Zero. And they're always there. By the way, this isn't unique. There's been negative people from the day man was on the planet. No doubt about it. I don't try to change them. I really don't care what they do. I care about everybody.
You seem to care a lot.
Because we all have a vested interest. And one thing I said, and I believe this 100%, I never wanted to be a dictator.
I mean, here's the thing. Chris cares so much that he'll chase them down and then harass them to delete stuff. So there's that.
People where you guide.
Ash is kind of a dictator. You're literally sitting here saying, don't listen to anyone but Ash. Ash is our all-powerful God, Lord of the Internet, sent by God himself to save all of humanity. We should all bow to him and realize what he sacrificed for us so that we can all play pretend business owner on the Internet. Like, he is a dictator. So if you never wanted that, you're kind of in the wrong place, Marty.
Damn, you walk.
And by the way, I'm not trying to save you. I'm just pointing out your hypocrisy.
Them and always lift people above yourself. If you do that, loving thy neighbor, for example, treat them as good, if not better, than you would treat yourself. What else can come from that? Nothing but good. Nothing but good.
How do you?
And
how dare you say
people,
that you guys are treating people better than they're treating themselves? I'm sorry. Who the fuck are you? The hell is that? I hate it. I think I puked in my mouth a little bit when you just said that. Could you imagine somebody saying that to you? That sounds like something that an abusive man would say to you. You know, like you're in an abusive relationship and he's like hovering over you, saying that to you. That's what that sounds like. I don't like that at all. We treat you better than you treat yourself. No, you don't give me bubble baths and bring me bongs in the bath. Thank you.
Becoming themselves.
Sometimes.
And they say, well, Onpassive didn't make you. It gave you the freedom to believe in you. And you did it. And we pointed out. I see people doing stuff. I'm listening to people. We're doing Shine the Light right now. And at first I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. I love it. I'm meeting people and really finding out. Michael Williams, I've known him 5.5 years. Thought I knew him. Today he talked and said some stuff I did not know. And I respected the guy 100% before today, but I love him even more after today. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
You know what else he said? And I loved it, if you allow me. Okay.
Yeah.
When he talked about some people talk and have books or textbooks or courses, videos about success and all that. It's all beautiful, theoretical, but
they've been broken down to the point where they don't believe that they're allowed to ask any questions about anything like that. They're told that that's none of their business and they don't need to know the details. And there was a time at the very beginning of this where some of them would ask questions, but with years of conditioning and coercive control tactics and behavioral control tactics, honestly, at this point, where they're telling them who to watch, you get worn down. You don't ask the questions anymore. Eventually you stop thinking. So a lot of these guys are at that point, so they won't even ask.
It just worked for them talking about it. And often they're talking about a conceptual thing where they didn't actually achieve it. I'm not talking about somebody who actually did it and where they're writing, this is how you do this. But hypothetical scenario, let's use one of the big names. I don't want to dictate the name. Choose something in your head, somebody like at a global scale, they are wealthy, successful, or achievers in any way, and you wish they would share with you how to become successful.
Right.
At most.
Like, that goes to show you how much he's been listening. How much he's gotten to know people, how much he really cares. That'd be a dry one.
Of
Lord.
Talk is cheap. It's impossible. Think about that, okay? Any of them is going to come and say, you know what? I'll develop a system that also work for you, designed for you. And you sit next to me. You ride, I will drive. I know how to drive. I know where to take you. I know what doesn't work. Not just talk, pay me, you're on your own. It's, come on. I mean, we get the manual with a little shoe shelf from IKEA. We still.
I'm Dr. Dild. I'm an internal medicine physician. I was
Hey,
raised
guys.
on UpToDate.
Struggle with it, right? It's like 20 pieces, right? Every time I do it, my wife would have to reassemble it. Tells you how handyman I am. Imagine something that is like going to provide success and value to every society on the planet. It's almost impossible.
There was actually a time where I used to get a lot of comments where they would be like, oh my God, Queen, you're such a bigot with your anti-MLM stuff. And I'd be like, I don't understand. How am I a bigot? Like, what are you talking about? And then I realized that it also stood for that. And I was like, is that what people think it is? Do people not click on the videos and see me reacting to companies and not realize that it's obviously not me out here speaking out against the gays? Come on, man.
Plans to somebody on how to build a car. Onpassive gives you the car. So
and will drive. Will tell you to sit in the passenger seat, and you know what temperature do you like? AC, radio. You know, just maybe a massage from the back or something. Just relax, okay? And let's take a tour. It can't get any better, guys. Is anybody listening to us, or we're just like a bunch of old?
Did he mean worse? Or was that a Freudian slip? What was that? It can't get any better?
Just
Probably
check
not.
YouTube. Nobody's there. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
There's like,
Okay. If you like what we said, we can do it
Right?
again. I don't know.
Onpassive is just everyone loving on Ash. It really is the cult of Ash at this point. It always had very, very cultish things about it. But over this last year, it has really taken a turn into being more about, again, this ideology. And it's all about what Ash has sacrificed for them, which is really creepy. Okay, if you're ever like in a community and there's a head of that community and they just randomly start telling you that they've sacrificed a lot for you to have this community, just leave. Please. All right, that's not good. All right, because here's the thing, if somebody actually sacrifices something for you, they don't then rub it in your face afterwards. They don't want praise for it. And it's not something to be held over your head. Okay? And I feel like that's what Ash does here with his like speeches. And that's what these guys almost do to the O founders, like Marty and Chris, all these guys, really, Michael and Red, they all do it when they do these silly speeches. Like we've seen tonight, where it's all about what Ash has sacrificed, right? And it's like, okay, Granted, sure, running a business, you may have to sacrifice some things. However, you wanted that. You wanted that life. You wanted to be a business owner. You wanted to be the CEO of this thing, and you wanted it to run the way you want. Took back control, remember? So then to turn around and then kind of be like, oh, well, I sacrificed so much for you, just seems like very misplaced. It's like, no, you sacrificed so much for your own dream. The thing that you started, that you wanted, that you're doing. Like, you didn't do it for me. I appreciate you letting me be here, kind of thing, but like, come on now. And again, if they sacrifice for you, it's not going to be held over your head. They wouldn't even really mention it. There would never be a situation where it's like, I've sacrificed so much for you. That's not what someone says when they've actually sacrificed for you. That's just what someone says when they want you to think that they've sacrificed something for you, but they really want to control you by claiming that they have, right? But they haven't.
You can do it again. It's not the last one.
I can only look good so long, Ash, so don't keep repeating. I can only look this good so long.
10,000 people watching, Ash.
Wow. That many intelligent people.
Wow.
I said 10,000 people watching, Ash.
That many intelligent people. I'm shocked.
You're right.
I know where you're going with that.
Oh, it's lovely. It's fun.
I just want to know.
Sure.
All 1, 2, 3, 4, just checking. All 4 of you must be mind readers, because everything you guys just said is what I wanted to say. I didn't get the opportunity to say, but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
Of
course, Chris.
Hey, listen,
yeah, of course.
If you want to know about cooking, you go to Red Redfern. If you want to know about cooking, you come to me. I'm going to teach you how to create the greatest microwave popcorn in the world. This is what Ash is saying in layman's terms. Okay.
I'm insulted.
Lord.
You underestimated my cooking skill.
Marketing, driving traffic, extremely smart people. That's who you talk to is Ash Mufareh. That's who you listen to. Minus Michael, because I know he's up in all that stuff too.
And who you're going to vote for this year, guys? Personally, I am voting for Captain Chris Johnson, sexiest man.
Uh-huh.
I told you Marty's going to be my vice president.
We'd be in trouble.
Oh Lord, what would the world be like then? Probably a lot better, to be honest with you.
I will definitely spotlight you, Chris.
Oh, speaking of spotlight, Red, when you were talking about somebody has been, through that path and they're inviting you. Also,
what? That path?
Success can be
I hope it's more of a path than a journey. I feel like paths are much shorter. Right?
Whether success or authority or any achievement, if somebody's lending you that, okay, if you're not that person, right, yet, but somebody's telling you, whatever I have, I can share it with you, right?
It's very frustrating.
They're allowing you to borrow their success. Absolutely. So somebody is like bombing it. And
also, like I said, I think it's frustrating and it makes you guys so angry because when he does it and when they do it to him, there's always this like, I sacrificed for you, and he's like holding it over their heads. Like there's an extra layer there of them like throwing things back in the O-founder's face and doing it for control. It's not just like ass kissing. You know what I mean? Like they're not just sucking up. They take it like 3 levels higher than that. And he has compared himself to God. They compare him to God. I mean, I haven't seen someone like with this much delusions of grandeur since I was covering Amy Carlson. Like it's ridiculous. So it feels like it's not just ass kissing him. It's like a lot more than that. So it can be kind of like angering, It's like, holy fuck. How can you run this cult and string people along like this and have them praise you and you're cool, He's just chilling.
Crushing it, okay, with
crushing it,
massive success. And they're telling you, come on, be with me. I'm open. I'm not greedy. As much as you want.
And then like lies like that.
And
why?
it's rare where somebody's allowing you to borrow their success and their authority immediately. So don't worry who you are. You don't have to be as good as Red in cooking, as sexy as Chris in physicality, as genius as Mr.
Careful,
DeGarmo or
Joey.
Williams. Okay, you don't have
We
to be.
have Chris write you and be like, listen, I need you to delete that comment that's up on that live stream.
Like that. Okay, they're allowing you to borrow that and take it. And
that was like the one time that John Barillo accidentally policed my chat because he was watching me and then trying to be the admin. And I was like stream sniping their 360. I believe it was their 360. And he meant to put in his chat and yell at someone for not putting Onpassive in all capital letters. But he actually did it in my chat. And I was like, excuse me, John. Excuse me, but you don't control the people in my chat. Nobody does. They control themselves. I hardly control my chat, okay? It has a mind of its own. But it was just like, oh, where do you get off thinking that you can even do that and tell people how to write words? It's so angering. This has a similarity to Stockholm Syndrome. It is very much like Stockholm Syndrome. In the sense that you still have this admiration and appreciation for somebody that is harming you. It isn't Stockholm Syndrome. It's more, it's coercive control, but I mean, if you want a real sort of, I've always said that the relationship between a cult leader and their members is very much like the relationship of an abuser and their victim in a domestic violence situation. You know, they still have that same love and admiration for the person, and the person can do awful things to them. Awful things to them. But it's not like a full-on Stockholm Syndrome, but very, very similar to it in a way. You know? Look at Marty. He is done with this crap. Well, I mean, we are at the shooting the shit part, at least. There's that. It has the same sort of control on you. You know? The good news is the difference, and this is the difference between it and Stockholm Syndrome, is that with Stockholm Syndrome, the person really feels sympathy for the person, because usually Stockholm Syndrome is like a prolonged thing. It's not something that you just get over like a 10-minute interaction kind of thing, right? Like it has to be something very traumatic that has gone on for long enough that the person has basically fallen victim to this person's control, but then they have this empathy for them and they don't want to blame them. And the reason why this is different is because the good news is that it doesn't have that aspect as much. So people in this situation almost have an easier time recovering because of that. It's a little bit less of having empathy for the person, more of like an admiration, which I guess is a easier thing to kind of face. You can more easily, I think, come up with reasons why not to look up to someone anymore a lot easier than you could with why you shouldn't emphasize with someone. You know what I mean? That's kind of a harder thing to break free from. And I don't think that any of these people actually like emphasize with Ash. You know what I mean? They may say that they do, but they really only appreciate him too, to the point that he's going to run this scam for them. I mean, if this thing went under tomorrow and he took off, I'm sure that many of them would be very angry. It doesn't seem like that now, but, you know, do you think Red would be particularly happy that he was left in the dust? Probably not. So, you know, that's the good news about this in comparison to a Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. But it is a similar kind of control there. John Brillo was patrolling Roblin's channel today and yelling at the mods to stop people from spelling Onpassive lowercase. Oh, God. It's like, is that really your big issue right now? Like, is that the serious things that we need to worry about? How people are putting Onpassive in your chat? You know what I mean? Like, I know that we say here not to swear sometimes because we're like, listen, YouTube doesn't like swearing. And Google mods end up showing up on your channel if there's a lot of swearing going on in your comment section. They're poking around anyway. And then my mods sometimes have to approve those messages. So sometimes they don't go through. And then people are like, oh, my message didn't go through. So they write it like 3 or 4 times. And then my mods are like, there's 4 messages the same and I have to approve one. And, you know, so I just sometimes I'm like, listen, guys, lay off on the, you know, always make the swearing minimal here if you can. But I couldn't imagine being like, you have to spell this word in all capital letters. Like, I don't even give a fuck if you put my whole name in lowercase letters, really. I just find it so weird because, like, even if you write Beth, my first name, and you were to put a lowercase b, like, my first thought wouldn't be like, oh my God, this person's disrespecting me by not putting the B in a capital. I would just think that it was a typo and you just forgot to put a capital. I probably wouldn't think anything at all. I wouldn't even think like that deep into it. But if I did, that's the conclusion I would come to. So I think it's hilarious that they've spent so much time on this whole, like, put Onpassive in capital letters. Because, like, yeah, it's the main thing that I see in these Facebook groups that there's too and stuff. Like, that's the main moderating of everything is people going, put Onpassive in capital letters. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, out of all the problems you have going on right now, I think this is the least of your worries. How people are, whether they're putting it in capital or lowercase letters. Lord,
kill it.
Where's our commissions? You know, like, we don't ask that. We're not worried about that at all, right? Like, we don't care about that. Where's the pay for the employees? Where'd their wages go? No. But make sure you put Onpassive in capital letters. Doing the important work here, you know? It's just such a waste of time. It's like, if they actually did care about time freedom, you think that they wouldn't waste their time with stupid shit like that. I'm just saying. Useless.
But
Useless.
Chris, know that only a bad idea came in. I'm going to take it back. Truthfully, it's a rare situation. It's a rare opportunity where you can borrow. You can literally grab your success.
But in piggybacking on what you said about IKEA, right? So instead of struggling and going through the manual and it's taking you forever, hours upon hours to figure out how to put this thing together, well, imagine you just brought an expert in. Say, hey,
right?
Can you know, maybe your neighbor's an expert. You call your
See,
neighbor.
that's the thing. That was the telling point. You are right. When we knew that Ash was paying for the article if they put Onpassive in all capital letters. Exactly. It was such a telltale sign every time. Because why would a publication do that? Unless they were told that they had to, that they should, or unless they're a part of it.
Over, say, hey, here, I'll give you, I don't know, a bottle of beer or whatever, right?
Wow.
And that person, in 10 minutes flat, it's done, it's finished,
right.
It's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're talking about. You can borrow somebody else's expertise. You don't necessarily have to be that expert. And again, that's what we have here in Onpassive.
You're
right?
borrowing.
It's just beautiful, man.
And by the way,
God, is it Ash's expertise we're borrowing? Because no, we're in big trouble then.
In the 20 years I've been doing this full time, no one ever loaned me their success. Not once. They told me what
it's about them.
It's about them.
You paid for their success. Yes.
Exactly right. You can do this. You can do this and buy. And then I found, well, you can buy this thing, and I'd buy all these things.
Remember when you thought you could be anything? That audacious youth, ambitious, fierce,
Look it, it's
ready to take on
Shopify,
the world.
you know, but it's not going to be like O Shop or O
But come to
Market
find out,
or O, what was the other one? There were 3 of them, by the way. There were three shops that Onpassive was going to do. O Shop, O Market. There was another one too that was supposed to be for something else.
they're obsolete.
Yeah.
I don't
They
remember.
didn't even do it. It's like an owner's manual to build an engine. You ever
Many
build an
of them,
engine? No.
it just randomly happened. One partial success somewhere, somehow,
Yeah.
probably luck or whatever you call it.
It's only mentioned
And
like
now
twice.
they claim they're experts on it. So validate that. If
Yeah,
you're with somebody
O
that is
Shop.
always
There's
talking about
another one
themselves,
though.
okay, and nothing about you, and they don't even see you, you're invisible to them, you got to rethink that.
Yep. The last business.
Because they were gonna have a shop for their products. Oh, it wasn't commerce. Is that what it was? It probably was. That sounds about right. There was like Omar, O Shop, and O Commerce. It was so dumb. Like they all mean the same fucking thing. Literally. And one was gonna be for their products. One was gonna be to sell like remember they said they were gonna have actual like products you can grab, like their hats and merch and things like that. They were gonna have like something for that. And then they were gonna have one that like was gonna be almost like an Amazon where like they could all put their fucking like they could all just sell shit on it. It would probably be more like Facebook Marketplace. and like each one of them had a different name. And it was like, why would you have 3 stores? Like why would you even have 2 stores? Why wouldn't you just put it all in the same fucking store? You know? Like it was so weird. I don't know why we never heard about it again, by the way. I haven't heard a thing about it since then.
We had that guy. Exactly the same thing.
But brother, we're not even offering IKEA junk, low quality, contemporary little thing. No, we're talking about something luxurious.
Well, I didn't take you for an IKEA guy.
Heavy wood. Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna get sleep with IKEA.
I was just going with your example. I didn't take you for an IKEA guy, but you know.
Why would you follow a fool? Yeah.
Yeah.
My example was about the complexity of something that is not even that desirable.
No, everybody's here, which is beautiful, wants to help each other. The majority.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody liked what we said from you, 10,000 people, share it with another person that you care about. If you don't have enough.
I really don't think that you had 10,000 people. I don't think you had 10,000 people watching you. Because this is on Red's channel and it went live when it went live, like when you guys were actually live. And it doesn't even have 4,000 views on it now, and it's 7 hours later. But maybe, but I don't.
Another person you care about in your life, we can look up and like a psychiatric number in your neighborhood, and maybe you need
My
help.
thing is, so then, like, wouldn't that be on Marty's thing? Like, I don't understand. 10,000 to show up for a crap show with no answers revealed. Right? Like, it just keeps being these motivational speeches, like, and it makes them look desperate when they just keep coming on here every week doing motivational speeches instead of like coming on here and showing us a new product that they're about to sell. I think it's a worse look.
You're lonely, you're miserable.
You're leaving,
okay,
though.
you gotta have somebody
We're
in
at
your
the
life that you
end.
care for, and share the video with them.
And I want to add one more thing.
And show the receipt.
It was.
If you want a photograph with a signed picture of the sexiest man in the world, I can get them from Chris Johnson. They're only $10.
Now, when they do the competition or the tournament, if you wish, okay, for the sexiest man, does he have to strip and walk on the stage with different?
Well, I was gonna say so.
Here's my question though. If they are using Restream, I don't use Restream, guys. So if there's anyone out there that knows how Restream works, if they're using Restream, would it show all of the viewers for all of the channels as the viewers on there? It might. I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know. This is a real question I'm asking you guys. Does anyone know? Because my whole thing is they always say that they have 10,000 people watching. Every time Ash shows up, there's allegedly 10,000 people. And I know that it maxes out on their Zoom at 10,000 people. They've complained about it a bunch. So I don't know if they're sharing the Zoom out anymore because there's like nowhere to really put it. Or if they're just doing this on their channel. So I'm wondering if Marty is the one that would have access to all of the viewers on all of the channels. Do you get what I'm saying? If Restream shows, like, I don't know. I don't know if it would work that he would set it up from his to go to all of these guys' different channels, and then he would have the tally of how many viewers are there. But maybe they're sharing it. I didn't see them share it today, but then I was also busy today, so.
Outfits, Speedo, for example.
Disclaimer.
That's why we're here right now.
You guys stop the recording.
Smugglers.
All right, you 10,000 beloved people, don't share that part, okay?
Kill the vision. Kill the vision. Kill the vision.
The Ash Mufareh calendar will be coming out next month, by the way.
Oh,
wait till you see June. Woohoo!
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Marty's the center.
What's the calendar theme?
Every day.
Weird creatures discovered in the Amazons. In the jungle. I loved it. It was spectacular to me. Thank you for allowing me.
Like, I'm assuming that would work similar to StreamYard, so then you would be able to see it, but I don't know if he would be able to see for all of their channels and how that works. I don't know.
To be in. We're gonna crush it, guys. I love what we're doing.
They just always have 10,000
just allow us
people
not
watching.
to give you the details because the mechanics are the last thing you should worry about. We'll handle that, but we got this. And you're gonna be fine. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I love you all. Take care.
But
I'll see you next time.
now I'm just confused again because hold on.
I got him again before he left.
So I believe that's the end. Wait, because he says not to worry. Yeah, it's the end. Says not to worry about mechanics, but he went into a big speech. Listen, somebody over here has to start worrying about mechanics, okay? Because in his big speech earlier, he said he was only doing 20% mechanics and 80% mindset. So, like, if we're not worrying about it and he's only giving it 20%, who is over here doing the damn mechanics? Somebody needs to worry about it. I'm worried. I'm the one that's worried now about it. You know, like somebody has to be building products. We're supposed to be building O-Connect from scratch again. Ash made that statement like the last time that he was on the 360, when he also told us that he ran out of money and owed all the money and all that stuff. He's made a comment that they like this. I originally thought that maybe their O-Connect was stolen, and that's what he was talking about when he said some bad people stole from us. I was kind of like, you know, it would make sense with the Hyderabad employees not being paid, going on strike, if maybe since they're the technicians, they made it so that he can't use the O-Connect that they had and get all this stuff up and running on a new host. I don't know. That would make some sense to me. So I was like, maybe it's O-Connect, but like, I don't know anymore. It wasn't really touched on again today. I mean, they talked about it. Marty talked about it really more than anyone. Ash didn't really talk much about it. I mean, he did say not to listen to the fools and you're an idiot if you're not in this and blah, 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 but he didn't touch on who allegedly stole anything from them, who the evil they are. You know, they stole it, and we're going to know about it soon. But nothing was said again today. It was just like another motivational speech. And I'm wondering how many motivational speeches does it take before someone gets fed up of just sitting around and hearing motivational speeches? Because you can plan all you want to have a better life. But again, if you're taking no action, you're not setting any goals, you're not doing anything in this interim to get a better life, then you're just going to be 6 years behind. where you would have been had you not been in this thing. You know what I mean? Like 6 years of growth could have been happening for all of these people, but because they are putting all of their time and energy and everything into Onpassive, and that just has them waiting around, they've just been waiting around for this big payday. And it's just frustrating because it's probably not coming. It's probably not coming. So, yay, that was today. I'm hoping that I can also go live for you guys tomorrow because I want to dive deeper into cult stuff again with you. And we're going to be talking a little bit about internet cults and how do people fall for cults on the internet? I think it's a very, very important stream that I need to do because it's one of the main things that I talk about out here is cults that mainly drag people in via the internet. Okay, Love Has Won did that. Ekankar does that. Onpassive does that. So I think it's time that we actually really look into it. And luckily for us, as I've been saying over the past several years, they have done a lot of research into this. They've been studying this. And we finally have some actual information. So I can actually come out here now and say, look, I have resources that are saying that, yes, people can get dragged into cults and controlled via the internet, just like they can via television. Look at that. So I thought it would be fun if we got together and went through it. And of course, we're going to be talking about it in terms of how it works for the cults that I'm usually covering over here, such as Onpassive very heavily and Love Has Won, which I feel is and we're going to be talking about some other ones too and how they use the internet. Nexium is another one that we're going to be briefly touching on as well. Again, I've also covered it in detail on my channel. You can go and check that out. So I just think it will be a really fun one to do. So I'm hoping that I can do that for you guys tomorrow. But definitely before we got into that, I had to hear what was going on with this today. So this should be interesting. Just think the webinars will only get worse from here on out. They really will. They're going to have to go back to the roots, except this time it seems so much more culty. They're really not even hiding it anymore. It's almost like they got a big ego. They're like, yeah, we got all these suckers. We can do anything now and say anything and even tell them that we want to control how they write and how they think and where they go and who they watch. And they'll still listen and follow us. It gives me a sick feeling on the inside. The massage parlor, yeah. Julie's working on things that'll be fine. Poor Julie was really the customer service for this thing. I hope she no longer is, because Lord. But the funny thing is, like right now in the Onpassive groups, people are posting the link as if you can come and register and join Onpassive, and you can't. And it just goes to show you, like, I think some of these people almost get into just doing things automatically just because they're so used to doing it. And it's almost like a robotic autopilot thing. Because I'm like, why do you keep posting up links when no one can join right now? Have a good night, Sherry. We're wrapping this up. Marty can't find his Johnson and Ash can't find the money. Boom, boom. There you go. There you go. We'll let Scam Chan leave us off with that joke. Because, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. And I don't know where we're going to go from here. I just feel like, yeah, their belief in Ash might get larger. And that will be scary. So stay tuned to the community tab. And I will let you guys know when the next live will be. I love all of you. I hope that all of you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your night. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. It's always better when I get to watch these with you instead of alone. And I like to see what you guys are all thinking and saying in the comments about what's going on. I like to bounce my ideas with you guys. You guys are great fun. And I love you all. Thank you for being here. Have a fabulous night. Mwah! We're in it to win it. Don't worry, I got you.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
yeah.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about your experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.